Recognize you looking at me for the pay cut. Bahamas, I be looking at you from the face down. One Mac 11, you can boom with the bass down. Skimming, and let me tell you about my life. Painkillers only put me in the twilight. With pretty pussy and Benjamin is the highlight. I tell my mama I love her, but this what I like. Lord knows, 20 of them in my Chevy. Tell them all to come and get me, reaping everything I stole. So my karma come in heaven, no preliminary hearings on my record. I'm a motherfucking gangster in silence for the record. Tell the world I know it's too late. Boys and girls, I think I've gone great. Trying to side my face this all day. Won't you please believe when I say, when you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
What you want? You a house, you a car, 40 acres and a mule, a piano with guitar, anything. See, my name is Lucy, I'm your dog. Motherfucker, you can live in the mall. I can see the evil, I can tell it. I know it's illegal. I don't think about it. I deposit every other zero. Thinking of my partner, put the candy, penning on the Rico, digging in my pocket, and a profit big enough to feed you every day. My logic, get another dollar just to keep you in the presence of the Chico. I don't talk about it, be about it. Every day I see you. If I got it, then you know you got it. Heaven, I can reach you. Pet dog, my dog, that's all. Big back and chat, I trust it back for y'all. I rap, I'm black on track, so rest assured. My rights, my wrongs, I'm right till I'm right with God. When you know we've been hurt, been down before. Nigga, when our pride was low, looking at the world like where do we go? Nigga, and we hate po-po, wanna kill us dead in the street for sure. Nigga, I'm at the preacher's door, my knees getting weak and my gun might blow, but we gon' be alright.
Nigga, we gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Huh? We gon' be alright. Nigga, we gon' be alright. Do you hear me? Do you feel me? We gon' be alright.
I keep you my head up high. I cross my heart. Love me is my plea. Too afraid of my changes. I'm alright in your favor. Dark nights in my prayers.
Hey cousins, what's up y'all? I am late as hell. Sorry. Appreciate y'all pulling up early. I see y'all was in here having some conversations about some stuff. So shout out to y'all. But a bitch had a little situation that I had to kind of rectify on my end. But what's up, cousins? Happy Sunday. I hope y'all out here being safe with this snowstorm. I personally did not leave the house today. I wasn't taking any freaking chances at all. So I stayed my ass in the house, off the road. So I hope y'all did the same. I hope y'all was safe. Please do me a favor and smash that like button. I see we already are over 50 likes. So shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. I know some people got off tomorrow. So that's what's up if you do got off tomorrow due to the storm. But yeah, we here. It wasn't anything crazy. It's just a little minor situation that we had to fix. So, but we in business. We back in business. We got a nice lineup of topics to talk about today that we couldn't get to yesterday. I know yesterday we had like a quick little hour stream to talk about ASAP Rocky, but we have quite a few things to talk about today that I'm looking forward to. So I do have on the agenda. What's on the agenda? Hold on, because like I said, it's a lot of shit to talk about. Sinners just made history. I think there's a new Michael Jackson trailer that I wanted to check out real quick. T.I., he back outside. 21 Savage and Fivio Foreign, they're going at it. I don't even know if y'all even care about that, but I do have it on the list. ASAP Rocky, he secured his number one. He was about to be blocked, but last minute he came in and he secured the number one spot. Yesterday we talked about ASAP Rocky on Academics, I guess podcast show, whatever that is. But I wanted to watch the clip of ASAP Rocky on Ebro with Apple Music. Travis Scott also finally responded to Pusha T. I mean, he didn't get in the booth, but he responded. So we're gonna look at the quote and what he had to say. What else? Pharrell got sued by Chad Hugo. Y'all know they were the dynamic duo for the Neptunes. They are behind a lot of some of our favorite songs from the early 2000s. So that's something that's sad to see. Nicki, she saved her house. NBA YoungBoy, he was crowned best rapper alive. I already have a video on the page about that, but I thought it would be cool to discuss it in the live. What else we got? I have written down. What else I got? I got JCole written down as well. I'm still debating if I wanted to turn this into a video or not, but we'll see as we get closer. Drake also, he just refuses to give up. He doesn't want to give up. He doesn't want to let go. And then there's some Grammy talk. And by the time we get to the end, I don't know if y'all want to watch the episode of Jeremy Heck put out, the 2016 episode of Passing the Crown. I think that's what it's called. That's what it's called, right? Passing the Crown, I think. There's a 2016 episode that just came out. I don't even know if I want to watch this shit because 2015 low-key pissed me off. I'm still not over 2015. That low-key pissed me off. But if y'all want to watch that, we can watch that if I'm not drained by then. Also, there's another video that people have been talking about. I think it's by, what is that channel's name? Geeked About It, something like that. He put out a video about TDE and ghostwriters, and people have been talking about it. Two of the cousins sent me the video on Twitter and asked me to watch it or what my thoughts were. So if y'all want to watch that too, we can watch that and we can discuss it towards the end. But like I said, we got a nice little lineup to discuss. So y'all just let me know if y'all want to watch those two videos at the end. But yeah, that is it for a little bit of the intro. Shout out to the cousins, DB, for becoming a part of the family. We are glad to have you as one of the cousins. Appreciate you for pulling up and joining the family. Shout out to the cousin Latrice. What's going on, family? I hope you're feeling good out there. And who else to wrap up these intros? Who else up in the building? I know, like I said, I know I was late. So sorry, I was late. But yeah. Charlotte, someone checked on Monie. She good. Yes, Charlotte, I'm good. I was running on color people time. So my bad, y'all. My bad. Sarah Wong, shout out to you, cousin. I think you from Skip and DJ's chat. I think I've seen your name before. Shout out to you for coming over. I don't know if this is your first time here, but if it is, welcome to the family. Glad to have you here. I listened to Cole's Diss 2 track too, only because Koala was reacting, and I was like, that's it. Yeah, cousin. we gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. Um, yeah, we're gonna talk about it. What's up, Butterfly Edge? What's going on? What's going on? I see Golden Rose in the building. What's up, cousin? Shout out to my mods holding down the chat. Appreciate y'all. All my mods, Kwani, Unapologetic, Demi. I don't know if I've seen her or not. I see TM in the building. Shout out to you, cousin. Frank is probably somewhere in here. Frank got his own channel going on. I mentioned that yesterday, so pull up to Frank's channel as well, see what he got going on. Shout out to Kayla, Kirsten. Yeah. Who else? I don't see anybody else. But yeah, shout out to my mods. We got the timer on the subscription. You have to be a follow, a subscriber to comment. So we should be good tonight. But Miss Bynum in the building. Shout out to my fave, Miss Bynum. Jen in the building as well. I see you. Appreciate you, cousin, for pulling up. Hey, Kaylani in the building. What's up? Aqua Love in the building. Nikki in the building. Yeah, shout out to everybody. This intro has gotten a little bit too long, so if Unapologetic is in here, stop the timer for the timestamps at 11:23 for the introductions, because this is too long. Hey, down in Dixie, what's going on? How you feeling? Delisha in the building. So yeah, stop the timer at 11:35 for the timestamps. But yeah, let's start off with let's start off on a positive note. How about that? Let's start off on a positive note because Sinners just made some good old history. So shout out to them. Shout out to the cast of Sinners. Big congratulations to Ryan Coogler, Michael B. Jordan, and the entire cast and crew of Sinners. They just made history with 16 Oscar nominations, y'all. The big 16 of them things. That and they say that is officially the most nominations ever received by a single film. So not tied, not close. That is the record. And I think they passed Titanic, La La Land, and All About Eve. I'm low-key still not over that little La La Land fiasco that happened a couple years ago with Moonlight. I'm still not over that. But shout out to Sinners. And if you know anything about the Oscars, like I check in here and there, but from what I remember, the Oscars, they don't really be fucking with like horror, supernatural, thriller type movies. So for them to be able to get 16 nominations, like that's not an easy feat. So I think they got nominated for like Best Picture, Best Director for Ryan Coogler, Best Actor for Michael B. Jordan, who we know played two roles at the most. They also got screenplay, best score, original song. I'm really rooting for Miles Catton, I think it is his last name. But my God, that voice, beautiful voice, like that deep old voice coming out of that young man's body is beautiful. And I think even the brand new casting categories that the Oscars have come up with, they even got nominated in those categories. Ruth E. Carter, she secured her 5th nomination in history, which became the most nominated Black woman in Oscar history. So that's, again, some more legacy. And I'm genuinely happy about this for Sinners. Like, I've watched Sinners so many times, I can basically recite the shit word for word, bar for bar. I mean, the cinematography, the score, creeping in at just the right moments. Michael B. Jordan being able to switch the energies between Smoke and Stack, because one is more stoic, one is more free-spirited. Like, the fact that he played a fucking vampire, like, come on. He killed this role. He killed this role. And the film was just beautifully made. Like, it feels intentional, it feels layered, it felt important. Also, Delroy Lindo, legendary actor, legendary. I'm talking about Malcolm X, Gone in 60 Seconds, The Five Bloods, Ransom, Heist, Lackawanna Blues. Like, I've seen so many movies with Delroy Lindo in it. It's crazy. Shit, Romeo Must Die, Crooklyn. That's Troy Daddy. Yep, that's Troy Daddy. Shout out to Crooklyn, a fucking classic. And then too, it's just amazing that he got nominated, because knowing in the movie how he sacrificed himself for everybody, it's just perfect that he got the nomination. So again, yeah, I'm very happy for Sinners. So hopefully, I hope they don't just get nominated and then that's it, because we all know how these award shows move. We've seen black films, not probably not even black film, just black actors and actresses, period, rack up nominations and shit, and they walk away empty handed. So we seen that shit with The Color Purple. They had 11 nominations and won 0. So I'm celebrating and I'm happy for them, but I'm also cautiously optimistic, basically, because yeah, nominations are historic, but the wins change everything, and we need them to walk away with some wins on March 15th. And I'm talking about walk away with wins in important categories. Okay? I don't want this moment to just stop at recognition. This needs to turn into a bunch of statues. Okay, Oscars. So if you're listening, I got a clean sweep on my bingo card. I know they won't do that, but they too scared to do that. They too scared to give Sinners exactly what it's deserved. But hopefully they walk away with a lot of things. On I think, what's the date? March 15th. I think that's the day of the Oscars. So we will be looking forward to it. Again, shout out to everybody in the cast for sure. Shout out to them. What else? Oscars and Grammys always got to get it wrong all the time. Facts, man. Facts. I think the first time the Grammys was actually somewhat good was last year, and that came with a rule change. So we shall see what happens. We really shall see what happens. If you haven't already, please do me a favor and smash the like button for me. I would greatly appreciate that if you are enjoying the stream so far. Thank you so much. Really hoping Ryan Coogler gets Best Director. He'll be the first Black director to win. Fingers crossed. Yes, fingers crossed. Fingers fucking crossed for sure. I need Ryan Coogler to get his things. I need Mike B. Jordan to get his things. I need Monie to get her things. I need Delroy to get his things. I need fucking Miles Canton to get that song award, because I am so tired of seeing that award go to Golden. I am so tired of seeing Golden win song awards over this fucking song. Like, it's crazy. That AI slop bullshit. I'm tired. I'm so tired. And what we got next? So, what do we got next? Hey, shout out to the cousin Janelli contributing to the goal. Thank you so much, cousin. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you. And thank you to anybody else who comes in and donate and contributed to the goal. Appreciate y'all as well. But of course, I'll acknowledge y'all then. But shout out to Janelli, so far the sponsor of today's stream. Shout out to you. Show her some love in the chat, y'all. What we got next? What we got next? Oh, staying on films. I think that's a good segue. Staying on films. Michael Jackson just got a new trailer. Your browser has lost connection. Cousins, let me know if y'all can still hear me. It's saying I lost connection. Also, let me know if you can. Yeah, let me know if you can hear. Can y'all hear the audio on the Michael Jackson clip? Okay, cool. Also, leave MJ alone. Exactly, leave him alone. No? Okay, hold on. Let me try to reconnect it then. Let me know if y'all can hear it now. Okay. All right, cool. We in business. So, if are y'all excited about this new Michael Jackson movie? Because I know I am. I am. I am so excited. Um, I think the what's the last biopic that I've seen of Michael Jackson? The American Dream one, I think was the last one. That was like 5 hours fucking long. That shit was 5 hours fucking long. But I'm gonna be in the theaters the same time. So they gave us officially another mini trailer 3 months ahead. So let's watch it and get into the details. Now, I'm gonna have to stop it a few times. So don't come for me. Y'all know by now how this copyright shit works. Y'all know. First of all, off the rip. First of all, off the rip. I'm already stopping it. Let's get into the details. Look at the loafers. Hold on, let me make it bigger. Okay. Let's get into the details. Look at the loafers. Look at the socks. Like, come on. Come on. Come on, details. Look at the details. I am here for this. Not only do we got the loafers and the socks, we got the leather, we got the slacks, we got the buckles, we got the hooks. Come on. You can't really see. I'm trying to get the hair. Look, you got the hair with the ponytail back. Baby. No, Flex could never. Flex needed his ass whooped. I don't care what nobody say. Flex needed his ass whooped, okay? Because why would you agree to that, Flex? Why would you agree to that? That shit done pissed me off thinking about it again. Okay? I am so fed up with Flex Alexander. So fed up. Also, speaking of the liner, that Tam, I see her comment. Let's get into the fucking details. Let's get into the details because what do you mean? This ain't Michael. What do you mean this ain't Michael? You telling me this ain't Michael, bitch? The uncle is the baby because what the hell? What the hell? This look like Michael. This look like Mike. The uncle is the baby. You cannot tell me this is not Michael Jackson. They already. Exactly. Exactly, Janelle. They already got the best makeup, cosmetic, whatever you call it at the Oscars award on lock for 2027. Because how is this not Michael? Look just like him. Unless they got some CGI bullshit going on, this looks exactly like Michael. I want to meet the makeup artist because this is scary. This is kind of scary. But y'all, I am excited about the film. It comes out April 24th, I think it said. Let me go back real quick. Yeah, April 24th. I will be seated at the front with my popcorn, with some Kleenex, because I know I'm gonna be up in that motherfucker crying. I'm gonna be in that motherfucker dancing and crying. I look forward to it. And I think they're gonna do a really good job. I don't think they're gonna play at all. They better not play. Michael deserves the very best, the very, very, very best. So let's make sure we get this shit right, okay? Because I'm tired of people playing with that man name. I really am. All right, cousins. So what we got next on the agenda? Again, if you haven't already, please smash the like button for me. I see we got over 100 likes. So shout out to y'all for doing y'all part. I appreciate that so much. And next up, we got. I wanted to give T.I. some love because T.I. is back outside. The King of the South just announced his new album and his new single, Let 'Em Know, which was produced by Pharrell Williams. I heard it already. It's a little bop. I'll play a little bit, but y'all know how the copyright goes, so I'm gonna have to skip around a little bit. But how are y'all feeling? Have y'all heard the track? Do you like it? Oh, that's Pharrell's 4 count. If you know, Pharrell always has the 4 count at the start of a song.
To the sunrise, can't about no bedtime. Ain't gon' get no bitch out on with a Crenshaw. Let them run shit before the Cal in my lap.
This sounds like a T.I. record. I mean, if that makes sense, like I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about, but this definitely sounds like a T.I. record. And when I did a little research, I came across an interview that he recently did with V103. I posted about this on the community tab, but for those who haven't seen it, he went to V103 where he talked about the new single that he just dropped, which is produced by Pharrell. And he talks about his final album that he's coming out with, and it's called Kill the King. And he says the title, because a lot of people were talking about thinking like, oh, what the hell is this title? And he explains that the title isn't about stepping down from hip hop, even though this is going to be his final album. It is about stepping outside of his ego, because calling himself the King of the South came with a lot of consequences, he believes. And he feels like in hindsight, he feels like that crown contributed to a lot of positive and negative things in his life, like rivalries, tension, and personal turmoil. But now he sees killing the king, quote unquote, as a metaphor for dismantling that ego in exchange for something more valuable, peace. And he says, as I evolve and elevate my consciousness, as I grow, learn, and develop as a human being, I found that there's nothing more important than peace of mind. And in seeking that peace of mind, the less ego you hold on to, the more peace you can hold on to. And then he also mentioned like Andre 3000. He said like he loves how everyone universally loves Andre 3000, and that Andre 3000 doesn't have to live with wanting to prove that he's the greatest, and that anywhere that he goes, people acknowledge him, but they also respect his privacy. And he says Andre 3000 is able to walk the world freely and unbothered. And he wants that for himself. So at age 45, T.I. says he is choosing ego reduction over bravado. And this is obviously a clear shift from his trap era dominance, I guess you can say. And then he's going the introspective route. And I just think it's so funny how all of these rappers they get to a certain age, or they talk about, oh, this is my final album, so now I want to be introspective. I want to kill my ego and all of this. He's having his full 44 moment, his Mr. Morale moment. And I just find that very interesting. So it's gonna be, I'm looking forward to it. I can admit I'm looking forward to hearing what T.I. has to say. Am I the biggest T.I. fan? I wouldn't say so, but I can respect what it is that he did for the South, especially Atlanta. When you look at the new Atlanta rappers now and then you compare them to the likes of a T.I., there's a stark difference in the quality. And plus, T.I. ain't never run from no smoke. Now, he ain't never ran from no smoke. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out for T.I. and his final album, Kill the King. I will be listening. I definitely will be listening. Yeah, me too. I like T.I. I like T.I. And speaking of Atlanta, why the hell does this keep doing that? Let's stick with Atlanta since we're in that realm. Let's talk about this 21 Savage and Fivio foreign bullshit. Now, I don't really necessarily care about this, but I'm just keeping y'all informed. I'm just doing my damn due diligence, okay? So yeah, 21 Savage and Fivio Foreign are beefing. And it just feels like nobody ordered this. Like, I don't care. But again, like I said, I'm doing my due diligence. And I'm letting y'all know what's going on. So here's basically what happened. What happened is Fivio went on DJ Academics off the record show, podcast, I guess, and he questioned 21 Savage's credibility. Basically saying, if you can just wake up one day and scream F the streets, then you were never really like that to begin with. He called 21 Savage Atlanta reputation all cap and all show. So let's listen to this, I guess. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit.
You know how I go around. But what I'm saying is this. The Atlanta niggas go to the club, and I'm in the club, and they rats. How they be ratting? They never said no crazy shit about Fivio. All right, cool. You go to the club.
They gonna say that to this interview. I guarantee they're gonna be like, that nigga is not touching Georgia. Period.
Who gonna say that?
I want to call him. I bet a friendly 500. Somebody gonna be like, that nigga will not be in Atlanta. I'm telling you.
You really don't know what's going on.
I'm serious.
Yo, no, man. Yo, no.
Them Atlanta niggas, listen.
And my son, little baby, fucking all them niggas bitches too. How about that?
Which ones?
All them niggas. All of them.
Gunna's chick?
Well, I said I like Gunna. I like Gunna a little bit.
21 Savage, I don't know if he legally got a girl yet. Ask it. All right, come on. Let's move on past this one, man. That's because see you trying. By the way,
who's 21 Savage bitch?
Huh?
Who's bitch?
We gotta look at it legal. I think he might be married. Yo, Latto is girl, man. Nobody just stop playing. Nah.
Latto is girl?
Stop it, bro. You know he's gonna crash on you.
Who's gonna crash?
Latto is chick,
bro. Why you think 21 Savage is a crash out?
No, I'm not saying
he's not a crash out, bro.
What I'm saying is that
nigga's a country ass nigga. He's a nigga who's country as hell.
No, he's not. No, but a lot of
That nigga came to New York. No, he was in the hotel somewhere, tucked away in the hotel, man.
Latto is his chick, and she not one of those like.
It is what it is. I don't care about them niggas, man. I don't want to talk about Latto. Say I fuck with Latto. She cool.
Wait, what's up with your family? Like you married now? Or what?
What's up with your family? You married now? I hate the way this nigga does interviews. So what's up? Like, why do you talk like that? Oh my God. Also, Butterfly Edge. Remember, 21 is the Jay-Z of Atlanta, according to the paraplegic chipmunk. You know what? I'm not even going to entertain that. I'm really not going to entertain that. So, as we can see, that's what Fivio Foreign had to say about 21 Savage. Called people from the Atlanta rats. Said 21 Savage ain't really like that. Just interesting. Yeah, and so 21 Savage ended up responding on Instagram Live and told him basically to shut the fuck up and to stop saying his name. He didn't double down on his growth message, but also made it clear he still beat the fuck out of you, Fivio, if somebody tested him. So we're preaching positivity, but also violence if necessary, I guess. So let's play this clip of what 21 Savage had to say to get his side of the story off.
Stop saying my motherfucking name. Don't think because a nigga trying to change that. Man, y'all niggas sit down somewhere, man. Straight up. If your ass walking around with a 38, don't say nothing to me about the street. Straight up. If your ass 35 or older and you've been trying to rap since you was goddamn 17, 16, 15, don't say nothing to me about the street. You don't know nothing about the street. You ain't did nothing in the street. Straight up. Y'all nigga keep talking about all this fuck the street shit. Savage this, savage that, savage this. Savage just slap the shit out one of y'all niggas in real life. Y'all niggas know this. Stop motherfucking playing. Don't think the Savage on some positive shit that is, oh, let's talk about Savage every day. Let's talk about Savage all the time. Nah, this ain't that. Y'all niggas still get y'all ass whooped. Straight up.
Yeah.
Nigga around this bitch looking for clout, man. Nigga old as hell. Poor as a motherfucker. Talking about who a street nigga in another state. How the fuck can you tell a nigga from a whole nother state what they is? You don't even know no nigga. What the hell? Y'all niggas been wanting to be rappers y'all whole life. Ain't did nothing in the street. Y'all niggas ain't seen enough in the street to even feel how I feel about the street. That's where the disconnect come in at. I don't give a fuck about what your partners done did. I don't give a fuck about what your hood done did. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all as individuals. Y'all niggas ain't did nothing in the street, so y'all don't have no feelings towards. Y'all ain't cried enough. Y'all ain't lost enough. Straight up. Y'all niggas better stick to rapping, man. Good size niggas, man. Nigga dicked out. Stick a fork in it, bro. Y'all niggas be gangster as a motherfucking Area 59, man. Remote location ass niggas, man. Nigga ain't seen y'all niggas in 30 years. Y'all niggas keep trying to take the way of words some shit to make it to go at a diss a nigga because y'all been wanted, been hanging. I don't know what the hell y'all niggas motives be. Y'all niggas be acting like y'all want to suck dick. Always talking about another nigga. Y'all bitch ass up, nigga. If I take my belt off, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Everybody tough now. Fivio Foreign, shut your bitch ass up, nigga. Pussy ass nigga.
All right, y'all. So that was 21 Savage basically responding to what Fivio Foreign had to say. Again, this seemed very unprovoked by Fivio Foreign. I don't know why he decided to say what he had to say about 21 Savage, but I get it. Niggas like to be in the algorithm. And 21 Savage is basically defending himself. And also, shout out to the cousin Cisa. Appreciate you. Shout out to Monie for cultivating intelligent cousins. Appreciate you, cousin. Always pulling up and showing love and contributing to today's goal. Shout out to you. So yeah, that's what 21 Savage had to say. And of course, Fivio responded to it immediately on his Instagram story. just again unnecessary drama. I don't understand. Is Twitter down or something, y'all? What is going on with Twitter? Because I keep having to double click on shit. But Fivio responded on his Instagram and said, I said what I said, no back and forth with a nigga who said F the streets, nigga, a bitch, eat a dick, pussy. Like this is too much. This is too much. Like, what is going on? Why? I don't know. I don't know why this is going on. Twitter and TikTok is down. Shout out to the cousin Gyra. I knew she would pull up and let us know. Appreciate you, girly. Then for some reason, Latto got brought into it. Fivio dragged Latto into it by posting an old XXL cipher clip of her rapping where she mentions Fivio in the diss, not a diss, in the freestyle.
But this shit way too good not to brag on. I ain't even fuck a rap nigga yet, but if Fivio want to, then I ain't gonna pass on.
So she basically in the freestyle made like a little cheeky remark and said that her pussy is good, that if Fivio wanted some, she wouldn't pass on him. And now, of course, because niggas are weird and they like to bring women into the situation. And we know what Latto and 21 Savage's situation allegedly is. So now she's in the mix. Latto then stepped in to clear her name about the situation, and she basically responded to the post and said, spoiler alert. I'm not going to play the song again, but she said, spoiler alert, it was strictly to go viral. He never fucked. Top 5 freshman freestyle. 6 years later, though, clock it. And she also posted his face and put happy ass next to it. Why would Latto even say that? To be honest, I don't know, cousin. I don't know why she would say it, cousin. I mean, at the time, it was a cheeky little thing to say. Latto was really buzzing. Fivio was buzzing at the same time. I guess, like she said, it was just to go viral, but you never give niggas too much because they will then turn around and use it against you, which he's trying to do now in the middle of a war of words with another man, which is just so lame, and then again, he responded to that. Now she's in the middle of it, and he responded again with another video.
Like, we cool, like that's my friend. Like, so I had told him on set at XXL before XXL, like before I had like this little hype that I got right now. I was trying to work with Fivio before, and my his A&R had set up a session with my A&R, and I was already at the studio waiting on Fivio to pull up in New York way before XXL, and this fool done stood me up, y'all.
Ooh, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
And he felt crazy.
They was like, Fivio said he gonna go pull up on TJ first, and then he come here. I said he gonna go pull up on his homeboy before he pull up on a bad bitch. I'm out. I know what's funny though. I be like.
So that was another clip he done posted again, just dragging Latto into this mess when this should just be about you and 21 Savage. But of course, she defended herself, of course, and she responded to that and said that she got more money than him. And yeah, so it's just like, in my opinion, this is all corny to me. Honestly, this shit is lame. I don't even get the back and forth. I mean, 21, you just dropped an album that came and went, and now we're in this movement mode. Fivio, you need to be in someone's writing classroom because spelling is not your specialty. Like, I think Fivio was in a classroom with 2 people and a cat. Latto, she's currently battling the pregnancy rumors. while dealing with an alleged married man with 3 children. And then she's still letting Drake hand her mid-tier leftovers. Like, girl, get in the booth and focus. What are you doing? That new song that I just heard from Latto, terrible. Hang it up. Like, everybody just needs to find the nearest corner and sit the fuck down, because this just feels like a bunch of pump faking and unnecessarily internet traction. But like I said, cousins, at the beginning, I'm just keeping the cousins in the loop and informed at this point. What else do we have on the agenda that's more important at this point? Because this ain't it. This ain't it at all. Next question. Next case. Next fucking case, okay? Just creating beefs to go viral at this point. Like, that shit is so lame. So corny. Let's wrap it up. Wrap it up then. Wrap it the fuck up, okay? And speaking of, let's get into ASAP Rocky and his situation, because he got some shit going on. He was in the middle of a battle, basically. I know he's going back and forth with Drake right now, but he was in the middle of a battle with a Bad Bunny in Hyphen. I think that's their name. They are a K-pop boy band group. And you know how them K-poppers they play. They were all fighting for the number 1 spot on Billboard 200 for the week of January 24th, and Rocky was able to get it done. So shout out to ASAP Rocky. I think I saved the post. But yeah, ASAP Rocky, he was able to get it done. The final projections came in at ASAP Rocky going number 1 with 122.7 thousand units sold. In Hyphen came in second at 122.4 units sold. So that was like a very slim margin. And then number 3 ended up being Bad Bunny with 121 units. So it was basically like a photo finish to the end of a difference of a few hundred units, a literal nail biter. And for Rocky, this is the first in its first week. Don't Be Dumb generated 125.1 million Spotify streams, making that Rocky's biggest debut. Songs like Helicopter, Robbery, and Stay Here for Life were the ones that were moving the needles, and this marks Rocky's first number 1 album since 2015 when he dropped At Long Last ASAP. So that's over a decade between number 1s. You don't really see people recover from that. If you hadn't dropped in 10 years, you're fucked. You likely lost your audience. You just don't got it anymore. So for Rocky to be able to come back and get another number 1 after 10 years, that's a pretty important thing, and he should be happy about it. And like I said, this wasn't no easy win. Now, he was going up against Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny, he only released some vinyls, but the fact that Bad Bunny could release vinyls for an album that came out in January of 2025 and still get a top 3 spot is crazy. But Rocky ended up edging and winning. So shout out to ASAP Rocky. And Rihanna, of course, she was happy about it. So she celebrated on Twitter. She tweeted, let me zoom in a little bit for y'all to see. She said, just me here to let y'all know my baby daddy got number 1 album. Ahaha, don't be dumb. So she's funny. Rihanna is funny. Rihanna is a bird at heart, for sure. She's a bird at heart, and she love her baby daddy. So fuck y'all. She said, basically. 23 million views is crazy off of a tweet, yo. off of a fucking tweet. Everybody just waiting for Rihanna to pop out. Rihanna, when are you gonna get in the booth? When are you gonna give us some new music? Rocky in his interviews talking about you want to work with the Alchemist and Knowledge and shit. Girl, get in the booth and give us some music because what Rocky, it was like 7-8 years for you. It's been 10 years, girl. Give us something. Give us something. We wait. This is the comeback we're waiting for. Get off of Rocky because we know it's not even Rocky that's on top of you who keep pumping on you. It's you pumping on him. Get off of him for a second, girl. Y'all got 3 under 3. Deliver an album. How about that? Deliver us an album. And I would like a reggae album for Rihanna. I can't even lie. A reggae album would be fire for her comeback. Now she gave us the Smurf song. So y'all just accepting anything at this point. The Smurf song ain't good enough. Ain't good enough. I need her on a record, a real record. Her comeback should be reggae. All right. Listen, she don't play by her man, okay? And she happy he got that number 1. Because you know, let's be real, right? Let's be real. If Rocky didn't get a number 1, excuse me, they would have been clowning on the internet. They already trying to say 120,000 ain't nothing. They already trying to downplay that. A lot of artists not even cracking 60,000, 50,000. But if he would have got number 2 or number 3, they would have tried to clown him for sure. Shit is crazy. But again, shout out to ASAP Rocky. And sticking with ASAP Rocky, let's get into his interview with Ebro real quick, if the shit will load, because it looks like Twitter is down at this time. 50 to 26. Okay, here it goes.
Or the sub, especially with a record like Stole Your Flow, or the subs that, you know, Drake or this one puts out there or that one puts out there, that all these people that have been outside, having money,
you got too much fucking dip on your chip, real loc. Let me stop you right there for a second. A$AP Rocky and Riri destroys Jay-Z and Beyonce. You got too much fucking dip on your chip. Let's not be delusional, like the cousin Chris said. Okay? Stop it.
having a good time, are still bringing up things from the past.
For sure.
And I want to know that I'm kind of asking this as I want to know the inside.
Please do.
Is there really an issue, or is this wrestling where y'all are trolling us and rage baiting people to comment on the internet to promote? Like, is it a real thing or is it just promo?
I think hip hop tactics and beefs is like WWF. It's like wrestling all the way, right? But this thing between us, it's not real smoke, but I just don't fuck with him. Like, you know what I mean? We was once friends. I feel like it's over females. I feel like he wasn't happy and he expressed that.
Yeah.
And I think at some certain point when everybody getting older and it's just like you're supposed to be moving on, for you to still be picking at a female and all that, that's soft to me. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't put out an album. I didn't put out music for me to really say something back, you know? And I finally did say something back to a few people. You know, it ain't just about one person. I'm talking to whoever feel like I'm talking to them, you know? And I do think that shit is petty. And it's like I said, it's enough money, it's enough women, it's enough fame, spotlights to go around. You know what I mean? We're not really tripping off nothing, but is it real smoke? It could never be. Right. That ain't smoke.
So that was Rocky on Ebro. And he basically said, to reiterate, this thing between us, meaning him and Drake, is not real smoke, but I just don't fuck with him. We was once friends. I feel like it's over females. Yuck, ew. Stop using the word females. But he continued at some certain point when everybody's getting older, you supposed to be moving on. For you to still be picking at a female and all that, that's soft to me. So Rocky is basically calling Drake soft. He called him weird. In the other interview with the DJ who doesn't DJ. So yeah, that's what he had to say. That's what he had to get off. And like I said, we discussed the academics interview yesterday, but you know what? Drake is soft. Drake is a weirdo. He is basically obsessed with Rihanna. He's upset he lost out on the love of his life. Like we all heard him say to LeBron James that he wanted to have the white picket fence. He wanted to have the children. He wanted to have the whole 9 yards with Rihanna. And the fact that he couldn't have that, he's been bitter ever since, and he's been lashing out ever since. And especially Rihanna, because she's really the one that got away. But he acts weird with all of his ex-girlfriends, if you notice. Like even with Serena Williams. Even with Serena Williams, he was acting weird. Like he throws shots at Serena Williams' husband. Like when are you gonna move on, buddy? At what point are you gonna move on and just let it go? You can't keep harassing this girl. You can't keep throwing shots at her in music. You can't keep doing that. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. And I heard that Chubbs dissed ASAP Rocky, or he threatened him or some shit like that. I didn't see it. Do y'all know what Chubbs said? If you know what Chubbs said, let me know in the chat. But apparently he threatened ASAP Rocky, the same Chubbs who ain't crashed nothing when Kendrick Lamar was punching his nigga's skull in and he did nothing about it. That's their problem now. They love playing these internet games. They love playing the internet games. They love getting on the internet and acting tough. But then when somebody whoop their ass, somebody pee on their leg, somebody slapped them in the club, nothing is done. And I'm not here to champion violence or anything like that. Even though I do think some of you niggas deserve to get punched in your fucking mouth. But stop all the tough talk on the internet if you're not going to do nothing about it in real life. Please just save it. Because nobody believes you niggas. I don't believe you're tough when you allowed your friend allowed himself to get pissed on. Even if it was a mistake. You still got up and did nothing about it. You just stormed out of the venue when you got pissed on. Diddy slapped your friend in front of you and you did nothing about it. How are y'all this tough? And every time somebody does something to y'all do nothing about it. Just stop talking on the internet, please. And Drake, please leave Rihanna alone. You were never going to be the one. You were never going to be the one. Ever. And you just got to come to terms with that. You have to. Also, I think ASAP Rocky in this interview or in the Stole Your Flow song, like I said yesterday, that song was, yes, about Drake, but it was also about Sophie. It was also about Sophie. It was also about Travis Scott, because Travis Scott, for whatever reason, thinks he's comparable to ASAP Rocky when it comes to looks. Travis, you're delusional. And I don't even like to call people ugly, but I think somebody wrote in the comments, this is a face only a mother could love. I don't even think a mother could love that face, honestly. Lips are always ashy and chapped. He's always licking around the perimeter of his mouth. So it's scaly and broken. braids are always dingy and thin. Like, you need a good scalp treatment, Travis Scott. If you're listening, you need a hot oil treatment. I've never seen someone's box braids be that thin and boneless. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy. But anyway, I didn't even mean to do that, but let's stick on the topic of Travis Scott's. That's a good segue as well. Travis Scott has finally responded to Pusha T and the So Be It record that the Clipse put out. Shout out to the cousin Cisa again for contributing to today's goal. I appreciate you so much. Shout out to the cousin. Also, if you haven't already, please smash the like button for me. We got over 200 people in here, so if we can get to 200 likes, I would appreciate that. If y'all are enjoying the stream, thank you so much. But sticking with the Pusha T, Travis Scott finally responding. Again, he's not responding from a studio. You would hope these niggas get in the booth. But instead, he addressed the situation during an interview with Rolling Stone. And in the interview, Travis basically pushed back on several claims that Pusha T made on the So Be It record. And Travis reiterated in the recent interview, directly disputing the narrative surrounding their issues. So Travis is basically quoted saying, "If you got to drop Trav name for the rollout, so be it." That's so corny. That is so corny. Travis, please. Like, I see the play on words that you're trying to do, but if you got to drop Trav name for the rollout, so be it. Trav, what are you doing right now? Because allegedly you're coming out with something too. I get it, you're responding, but don't act like you're above using another nigga or somebody else for promo. Like, you literally dropped an album to try to step on the Clipse. That was your response to what Pusha T said. So don't act like you're above using a nigga's name for a rollout, because you're literally doing that right now. Granted, again, I know you're responding, but stop it. But anyway, he said, quote unquote, "If you gotta drop Trav name for the rollout, so be it." When you go back and look at it, it's crazy. Nigga said I had a film crew with me. I'm like, what? I remember when I pulled up, it was them niggas that had a film crew. I'm talking about the little microphone on the stick and all of that. I was like, oh shit, am I in a documentary? A lot of shit Pusha was saying just didn't make sense to me. It was like he was saying I was interrupting shit and I was playing with them, I was playing them shit, excuse me. First of all, I can't interrupt something that somebody asked me to come pull up on. Travis is basically saying Pharrell invited him to their recording session, basically. So when I hear that type of shit, it's just like, I don't know, man. If you got to drop Trav name for the rollout, so be it. So he used that corny line twice in his response. And I'm just like, Travis, please. So before I give my opinion, let's do basically a breakdown of what actually happened for those who are unaware. So Pusha T basically took issue with Travis Scott over an incident that allegedly happened during a studio session at the Louis Vuitton headquarters, where Pusha T and his brother Malice and Pharrell were working on their Grammy-winning Album of the Year nominated album Let God Sort Them Out. According to Pusha, Travis interrupted their session, bringing chaotic energy into the space that was meant to be basically focused and intentional on their album. But Travis wanted to come in there and play his own unreleased music. So that's when there was tension, I guess, when Travis allegedly played a song. Well, it wasn't tension at that moment, but it escalated to tension down the line because Travis allegedly played a song for Pharrell that later turned out to be a diss towards Pharrell and Pusha T that had a Drake feature. Travis allegedly did not play the Drake version or warn Pharrell and Pusha T that he was being dissed by the tuna bagel eating rapper Drake. So Meltdown, which is the song on Travis's album, came out, and Drake is dissing both of them on this record. Drake alleged that he melted down old Pharrell chains for whatever reason. I think on the song he says like, I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Don't give a fuck about all that heritage shit or something like that. Basically, fuck them chains, which was a shot directly at Pusha T in regards to Pharrell's old jewelry. Now, I'm pretty sure you're wondering like, okay, well, how the hell did fucking Drake get the jewelry, right? that's a good question to ask. And Drake got the jewelry because he purchased it, y'all. He paid for the fucking jewelry. He paid for the jewelry. So that's how he got it. So Drake purchased the jewelry in an auction, but the way he's talking about having the jewelry and quote unquote melting it down, you would have swore he walked up on Pharrell and just snatched the shit off of his neck. It is like, that's not what happened. That's not what happened, Drake. So why are you trying to pump fake like you deboed this nigga for his shit? That's not what happened. Shout out to the cousin TT for contributing to today's goal with the roses. Appreciate you so much, cousin. Thank you always for showing love. So he's acting like he snatched the chains off of fucking Pharrell's neck. That's not what happened. We know the truth, Drake. I think it was 2022, Pharrell had an auction. I think it was called Jupiter or something like, or on the website it's called Jupiter, I think. I don't know, but basically Pharrell had an auction, and the producer sold many of his historic personal items, all his popular chains, the ice creams, the ones with the 3 Neptunes or the 2 or 3 Neptunes on it. Like he had all of these things in storage because they no longer served him. This wasn't the aesthetic, the image that he was pushing anymore. So he had them all in storage and he decided to sell them towards charity. And a large percentage of the money that the people who purchased the items went towards charity. And Drake purchased the jewelry. Then he claims he melted it down, which we all found out that was a fucking lie. All he does is lie because he ended up showing the jewelry in the Family Matters music video. Was it right? The Family Matters music video. He's wearing the jewelry in the video. He has some Indian, Pakistani man wearing the jewelry, flaunting it. Like, so all you do is fucking lie. All you do is lie. You said in the Travis Scott song that you melted the shit down, but here you have the man wearing the shit in the Family Matters video. When do you ever tell the fucking truth? Never. Never. At all. And so the diss, continuing on with the diss also took aim at Pharrell's appointment as the men's creative director for Louis Vuitton, suggesting that the brand's prestige, quote unquote, has declined since Pharrell took over and Virgil passing away. So that was another reason why it bothered Pusha T, because here they are recording this album, this now Grammy nominated album of the year album at the Louis Vuitton headquarters. And this nigga is telling P, like, since you took over, you put some stank on Louis Vuitton's prestige. Like, what? So that's a double whammy right there. This is the same headquarters where Travis Scott showed up to, allegedly playing this song minus the Drake feature. And Pusha T viewed that as basically blatantly disrespectful and disloyal, especially given Pharrell's long-standing relationship with Travis. Pusha later described Travis as jumping around and doing a monkey dance. I think that's what he said. He was doing a monkey dance. Basically insulting this nigga. I guess trying to convey like how unserious and disruptive Travis Scott was, interrupting whatever it is that they had going on at the time, which was the album. And to Pusha T, the situation, I guess, wasn't about just him being annoyed. It just symbolized the lack of loyalty, the lack of awareness, and respect for the room that Travis was in and people who built on it. Like, although I personally think Pusha T might have put a little spin on it, especially like when it came to the camera situation. I think he probably put a little spin on it, but Travis still failed to acknowledge the entire point of his response when he's only talking about the camera and him saying like, oh, they invited me here. Y'all are the ones with the camera. Cool. Okay, somebody invited you there. Cool. That's cool. Or somebody else had cameras. That's cool as well. But you did not acknowledge what the actual point is. And the actual point is you had a record where somebody dissed Pharrell on it, and one, you either hid it or you did not tell him about it. That's the point. That's the issue, the overall issue, Travis. And you did not acknowledge that because you can't. Now he eating them up. Out mugging them. Every last one of them. But yeah, so it's like, Travis, okay, I get it, you're responding, but you're not acknowledging what the real issue is. Who gives a shit you didn't come with a camera or not? Who gives a shit you were invited by Pharrell? You still did not inform them that a diss was coming. And again, let's say you didn't know a diss was coming. Let's say you didn't know it was coming. Maybe his verse wasn't in yet. Maybe it wasn't complete yet. But once you found out about the verse, you still had two options, Travis. You had two options to tell Pusha and Pharrell, this is what this nigga said about y'all on this record. Or once you heard it, you not put the record out. Or you tell Drake to change his verse because that's not something you personally trying to get into. Don't diss somebody else on my record. You're Travis Scott. You can't tell that to Drake. You can't tell him, don't involve me in your shit. Diss them on your own time. That's what I would have did. If I didn't want any parts of it, I would have told them, don't bring me into your shit. If you're going to diss somebody on your own shit. Don't diss them on my record. But you chose not to inform them and you still put it on the album. And that's why your loyalty is being questioned, in my opinion, Travis. We saw your loyalty being questioned plenty of times as well. Y'all remember when he was hooting and hollering about how much he fucked with Kendrick, but you didn't put this man's name on your Diamond Goosebump certification. That's showing me your disloyalty right there. Why wouldn't you put his name on the Goosebump certification and it's a diamond record? Also, like that dropped. You on stage bouncing around, begging Metro to play like that back to back. Yet you're supposed to be cool with Drake. Why are you begging the ops to play a record that's dissing your friend? Travis clearly has no loyalty, or he doesn't know how to read the room, or like I don't know. The only loyalty Travis got is to them boneless box braids that he keep getting. That's his only loyalty. He keep getting these boneless box braids where he needs a good deep condition and hot oil treatment. But I mean, thanks for responding, Travis, I guess. Would have been nicer if you did it in the booth. But staying in the lane of loyalty, Pharrell's loyalty is also currently being tested at this point, unfortunately. Pharrell's loyalty is also being tested at this point when it comes to his own legacy, unfortunately, y'all. Yikes, very touchy subject. A very touchy subject is about to be had because Pharrell, they out here saying you ain't paying these people. They out here saying you ain't paying Chad. That Chad is basically in the sweatshop doing all the fucking work and you just the face. You just getting away with it. You basically Diddy in a shiny jumpsuit. That's what they saying, Pharrell. I hope it's not true. I really hope it's not true, Pharrell, what they saying about you. But y'all, Chad Hugo has filed a lawsuit against Pharrell. He is alleging a breach of contract, fiduciary duty, failure to account for money earned, withholding distributions, blocking access to final records, and diverting revenue tied to the Neptunes entities. Chad is out here calling this nigga a scam artist. Goddamn. Goddamn. Just Jay, I believe it. I don't trust people who constantly play the middle in things. God damn it, Pharrell. The cousin Just Jay said you guilty out here in these streets. Shit. But, so to continue on with the story, so his legal team, Chad's legal team, is not playing at all. They are accusing Pharrell of systemic denial of Hugo's ownership rights and describing the conduct as willful, fraudulent, and malicious, saying it warrants punitive damages. And this is just so heavy. Like, this is not just like some petty disagreement. They saying you violated obligations tied to ownership and business control. And yeah. And we're not talking about just two guys who work together here and there, y'all. We are talking about the Neptunes. The fucking Neptunes, bro. Two of the most influential production duos of the last 30 years. Can I say that? That's accurate, right? They are two of the most influential production duos of the last 30 years. I know they were a integral part of the music I listened to growing up. Both of them from Virginia. I mean, we've had Malice, we've had Pusha T talk about how they started out in Chad's family's attic or basement. That's where the spot was for them to record and do what it is that they were trying to do in Chad's house. So again, it's not like he's just some nobody. They created a sound for mainstream music that's easily identified. It's like a minimalist bounce, but you understood the drums, especially when they knocked. Everything about the Neptunes was very futuristic, but soulful. So it just all worked. And we all knew Pharrell was the face. He was definitely the face. He was definitely the charismatic one, the stylish one. Like, he did all of the interviews and shit like that. And then he slowly like transitioned into being his own person, into solo stardom. But we can't really rewrite history. Chad was not just some sidekick. He was not just an accessory. He was half of the machine. He was definitely half of the machine. And if you owe that man some money, Pharrell, you pay that man his money and stop playing. Stop playing. But the documents, I think the documents also say that Chad's side laid out that their roles were very clear. They state that in the early 1990s, they began operating as the Neptunes, and that Chad served as the principal composer, y'all. Woo! He was the principal composer, arranger, multi-instrumentalist, and producer responsible for programming, instrumentation, and overall sound design, while Pharrell was more frequently appeared as the public-facing member of the duo. For Pharrell, they saying you Diddy. They say you dancing all in the videos. They saying you ain't do shit. God damn it, P. God damn it, P. They said you was just dancing and you was just the face because you was cute. And you had the personality. Like this is very intentional framing. Like I don't know if I believe that. I don't know if I necessarily believe that, because I mean, we've seen what Pharrell has been able to do outside of Chad. I mean, he literally just produced an album of the year nominee. So it's like he can do something. I guess so. Like it's hard for me to believe that he did nothing and Chad just did all the work. I don't want to go that far. That just feels a little too extreme for me because, again, like I said, Pharrell is clearly talented. We've seen him produce outside of Chad, right? We know his ear is good. We know he's musical. But the point about Pharrell being the face, that part is absolutely true. That part is absolutely true. Pharrell was the one in front of the cameras. Pharrell was the brand. Pharrell was the recognizable name in pop culture. That 100% is true. And if Chad is arguing that behind the scenes he was the primary architect of the actual music construction, that just changes how people interpret that dynamic. Because publicly, a lot of casual fans associate the Neptunes sound mostly with Pharrell. Like Chad is unfortunately just the other guy, you know? But they are a dynamic duo. They are. They saying he another Diddy. Not in that aspect. Not that extreme. I'm talking about dancing in the video and always wanting to be seen. Now, we're not talking about the other way now. We ain't saying that. But yeah, this is sad, y'all. This is so sad. Like, we know the obvious records like Grinding, Drop It Like It's Hot, Hot in Here, Milkshake. Shut up. I wonder what Khalees thinks of all of this. I wonder what she thinks, because we know she's been on Pharrell's bumper for a very long time. And notice she never talks about Chad. She always talks about Pharrell. So I wonder how she's feeling. And I wonder why she also never took him to court. Like, girl, why haven't you taken him to court? I would have taken him to court. I really would have. But then too, Khalees pissed me off too with that Beyonce situation. She pissed me off because Beyonce tried to do right by her. Beyonce sampled Milkshake for one of those songs off of Renaissance. And because Beyonce knew that Khalees wasn't credited as a writer on Milkshake, which is fucked up, Pharrell, that's fucked up that she's not credited as a writer on the song. But Beyonce went out of her way to give Khalees a writer's credit for the song that she sampled. And Khalees got upset with Beyonce. Like, girl, she didn't have to do that. She went over top of Pharrell and gave you a writer's credit, and you still complained about it? What the fuck is your problem, Khalees? What is your problem? Like, that was just stupid on your part. in my opinion. I don't know. That's just me though. But like I'm saying, Holla Back Girl was also a popular song. Like those are cultural shifting records, but I like the deep cuts. The ones that were popular but weren't really that popular, like Use Your Heart by SWV. That's my fucking song. I love that song. Shake Your Ass by Mystical. Keep that nigga in jail. For whoever can hear me, keep that nigga in jail. But Shake Your Ass is a fucking bop. Another good song is Come Close by Common and Mary J. Blige. That is such a beautiful song, a beautiful music video as well. Excuse Me Miss by Jay-Z, also beautiful. Speaking of beautiful, Beautiful by Snoop Dogg, that's a good one. And that just shows like their range. The Neptunes, they weren't boxed into one song. Like they can go gritty, but they can also go sensual. They can go pop. They can go hip hop. They can do a lot of shit. They could do R&B. They could do rap. The versatility was not an accident. So when Chad says he has been denied access to financial records and distributions were withheld, and I think he said he believes he's owed like $325,000 and potentially over $1 million just from No One Ever Really Dies album, that album that they put out. Like that's not pocket change. That ain't pocket change at all. And even more so, like fuck the money. It's just the principle, bro. It's just the principle. He says he's the co-founder of the company. They built the Neptunes entity together. He deserves transparency. And he shouldn't have to fight or beg for records, Pharrell. Like if he asks for the financial records, give it to him. Why does he have to fight you for him? If he wants access to the books, give it to him. He shouldn't have to go to the courts for that. What are you hiding? Is what I want to know. And the fact is that this is not even their first time going to court. I think Chad sued him before. Chad sued him last year about Pharrell attempting to claim ownership, sole ownership of the Neptunes. Like, this is all crazy. What are you doing, Pharrell? What are you doing? You tried to claim sole ownership over the Neptunes and you think Chad wasn't going to say nothing? Come on, bro. That's a mess. That is a fucking mess. Get that man his money and stop playing Pharrell. Okay? And I just have a hard time thinking that Pharrell was just like a mascot. That part I just have a hard time with. Like, I don't know if they were 50-50 on the production. Maybe they were 60-40 and Chad did the most. I could see that. I can honestly see that. But him just being the face and he did nothing else is kind of crazy and hard to believe. That's just hard to believe. Ain't no more Neptunes, so P Saturn had Chad hot. Facts. Because the fuck you talking about? What are you talking about? And that's a bar. Malice cooked with that bar. That's a fucking bar. The Neptunes should be split 50-50 or however it goes. I think 100%. Everything should definitely be 50-50. Like that shouldn't even be an argument at all. You know, legacy is important. The Neptunes legacy matters. The culture, we remember how important the Neptunes was to the culture. So if there are financial wrongs, they should be corrected. If there is some like misunderstandings, they should be clarified as well. But What should not happen is one half of an iconic duo feeling erased or financially sidelined for something he helped build. So that's where I'm at with it. It's disappointing to see, but there are layers, and it is a reminder that even the most legendary collaborations are still businesses at the core. You know, you got to make sure that paperwork right. Got to make sure that paperwork right because if it ain't, people will try you. People will try to get over on you. They really will. And it's fucked up that it's come to this for the Neptunes. So hopefully they can get it right. And just fix this shit. Okay? Cause this is just fucked up. Ain't Pharrell and Aries a stubborn a-hole? Goddamn. Goddamn. Shout out to the cousin Frank. Appreciate you. Much love, Monie in chat. Much love to you too, Frank, as well. Yeah, so let's get on to the next topic because like I said, paperwork is important. And Nicki Minaj just learned that paperwork is definitely important because she had to get that paperwork to make sure her fucking house didn't go up for sale. Sister girl, she officially cut the check and no spoons were harmed in saving her house. All the spoons were able to stay in the drawers in her son's bedroom. No one took the spoons. She avoided losing her $20 million Hidden Hills mansion at the very last minute after finally paying off a over $500,000 in court judgments against her. A hearing was held on January 22nd, and the hearing basically was to determine whether the home would be forced into sale to satisfy the debt owed to Thomas Wiedenmuller. I think that's the last name. I think he was a former security guard who won a default judgment last year after Nicki failed to respond to his 2022 lawsuit. I believe the lawsuit, as her former security guard, he claimed that he was assaulted in 2019 by Nicki's husband, Kenneth Petty, and allegedly this was at Nicki's direction. So Nicki basically allegedly told her husband to assault this man, and yeah. And I think it's because he allowed fans on stage during her show in Germany. I don't fucking know. But Nicki never answered the lawsuit. The court ordered her to pay that $503,000 in 2024. And she finally came through and paid it. She waited until the last second. After months of not paying, she settled the debt just before the final step of forcing the sale of her home. Her payment officially halted the process, and his attorney, the Wiedenmullers, the security guards, let's just say the security guard's attorney confirmed in a court that the judgment was satisfied. So now I don't know if this is true or not, but a lot of people in the comment sections under my community posts, on the posts on Twitter, on the videos, they were all saying that Turning Point finally cut her a check from her attending that event. She eventually got the Trump check and it hit her account just in time. They waited until the final hour and the check came through and she was able to pay that bill. That's what they said. I don't know if to be true again, but that's what they claiming. And I don't know. Waiting until the final hour is pretty fucking insane to me. And for some reason, her fans feel like this is some sort of win for her. Like I've seen them on the timeline celebrating. Like, what the fuck are y'all celebrating? She just had to pay $500,000 to somebody, and y'all are celebrating that? Y'all are insane. That is nothing to celebrate. She told her husband to assault somebody, and he did it, and now they're out $500,000. And y'all almost lost y'all damn house. Are y'all crazy? Y'all are insane. That is not a win at all. She is out $500,000 because her felon, sexual deviant husband can't keep his hands to himself. So, this is unfortunate. But if she likes the chaos, I love that for her. And I just can't wait to see what she has to pay for next, because I know he's going to do something else stupid, because why not? He's going to just keep doing stupid shit, and she's just going to keep paying for it. It just makes sense. At this point, shout out to the cousin Skip. Appreciate you pulling up. Shit is crazy. I have no words for real for her fans. They are delusional. They are under spells. They are definitely under spells, okay? Like, this is literally a cult. It has to be a cult because they move like a cult. Thinking this is some sort of win for her. I mean, what is the win? She got to save her house. I guess if that's a win, I guess cool. But again, she still had to pay $500,000 fucking dollars, bro. $500,000. That's crazy. I don't got $500,000 to just be sitting around at all. And Don Lemon, yes, Don Lemon has been on her ass, and rightfully so, because why are you coming at this man for doing his journalistic work? Because you want to be pushing bullshit narratives. Get out of here. I'm so glad Don Lemon has been on her bumper and he hasn't been letting up. And I just love the heel turn. I love the heel turn of Don Lemon. Because do y'all remember Don Lemon a couple years ago? He was on that coon juice too. He was pushing that coon juice. So to see his heel turn has been amazing. He used to be at fucking when he was at covering for CNN Ferguson. Oh my God, they was tearing his ass up out there. They was tearing his ass up out there. They was tearing his ass up on the timeline. And one day he woke up and said, "This ain't it. This ain't it." Whether it's authentic or not, it's just so interesting to see the heel turn. It really is. What we got next? Next up, let's talk about NBA YoungBoy, I guess. Kwani, if you hear, leave. Leave right now. Because we're talking about the best rapper alive for 2025. And you might not like what I have to say. You might not like what I gotta say. So I'm here to tell you right now, just go ahead and exit the building and come back maybe within like the next 30 minutes, okay? Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the mods. And shout out to everybody who's hit the like button. I see on my end we got 195 likes, so shout out to y'all. 5 more away from 200. I would appreciate that if y'all can help me get to the 200 likes. You ain't tripping because you know it's the truth. You can't trip. That's why you can't trip. That's why. Because you know it's the truth. Not the cousin selling guani. They ain't got nothing nice to say. But yeah, so I already covered it on the channel. There's an upload, so a more condensed version. So go check that out. But let's recap because Complex just crowned NBA YoungBoy the best rapper alive for 2025. And I'm not gonna lie, as I stated in my video, I have questions, like serious ones, real serious questions and concerns. And for the people who are like, oh, why do we care? It's their prerogative, blah, blah, blah. Listen, that's cool to say. But if you don't speak the truth and document it for someone to come across in 10 to 20, 50, and 50 years from now, how will they know the truth? How will the people from the future know the truth? That's why I'm here to document what the truth was. Because the history books will tell you one thing, and I'm pushing back on all the propaganda to make sure the story is told correctly, okay? Because we're not just going to let this slide. I'm not. At least I'm not. At least I'm not. So, now, first of all, let's be fair. YoungBoy had a solid year. He stayed active. He kept his fan base engaged. Them little motherfuckers were in those arenas hanging from the fucking chandeliers, hanging from the belts, hanging from anywhere they could fucking hang from. They were having the times of their life. We can't take that away from him. He dropped multiple projects. He toured, like I said. His core audience is very loyal and they showed up for him. So that's real. That is real, and that should be, you should get kudos for that. You should get your 10s for that. But when you actually look at the numbers and not just the vibes, not just the narratives, just the numbers of why Complex claimed he was crowned the best rapper alive, the math don't be mathing. And you know, over here, we like when the math maths. We like when it makes sense. So again, I know Kwani say he don't give a damn, he don't care, he ain't tripping. But again, nigga, leave. I don't need you hearing me kick this nigga back in for the next 15, 20 minutes because I love you, twin, and I know that's your nigga. But we gotta put this down on paper. So, what are the actual numbers when we look at it? You know what? Let's pull this up on Google. I should have pulled this up previously. NBA YoungBoy first week sales. Let's see what that is. Hold on. So, this is a list. I couldn't find the current one, but this is a list of his first week sales in his career. His highest is Sincerely Control. But let's just focus on the current sales. Oh, they don't have it on here. But Massa debuted at number 6 on the Billboard 200 with 49,000 units. More Leaks debuted at number 29 with 21,000 units. Deshaun debuted at number 96 with 11,000 units. When it comes to his singles, his songs that he put out for the Billboard 100, Shot Callin' peaked at number 43. I think it debuted in the 90s or somewhere. And What You Is peaked at number 75. And that's it. There was nothing else. When it comes to his chart entries, Shout out to Delisha. Only shouting him out because he's from my state, but giving him that title is blasphemous. Shout out to Louisiana. Shout out. He putting on for them, right? But that's it. There was no additional chart entries for 2025, unless I missed something. Now, I'm not gonna downplay that, right? It's respectable. Like I said in the video, it's very cute for a rapper of his caliber, but 49,000, 21,000, 11,000 for the best rapper alive. Only 2 chart entries, and they were at number 43 and number 75 out of 100. This is our best rapper alive, Complex. This is who you're telling us is the best rapper alive. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. I'm sorry. He pushed through the backball shit with keep pushing and dropping music and not doing the extra shit. Again, that's cute. I'm glad he was able to push through being blackballed. But even his pushing through of being blackballed, it still isn't enough when you compare him to the field of who actually did better. If we're comparing the field to him, he didn't even do better than Cardi B. Cardi B went missing for nearly a decade, and she put up 200K. And that's not even a shot at NBA YoungBoy. Cardi B also just did better than A$AP Rocky. We like to give her a hard time. They don't want to put her on list. They don't want to acknowledge her as a rapper. I get it, the ghostwriting allegations, but at least she admits to it. But even still, Cardi B gonna crank out a hit record. Cardi B is also going to deliver when it comes to the first week sales. She did 200K or 199.6K if we're not going to round it up. Him pushing through being blackballed is a tremendous feat, but that's not enough to make him the best rapper alive. If we're talking about numbers, as Complex says, his numbers, again, are respectable. They're cute. But that's not best rapper alive. 2 + 2 is not equaling 4. It's equaling 67 by Complex's math. Because again, if you look at the field, if you look at what Kendrick Lamar actually did, and I hate leading with him. I should have probably led with the Clipse first or Tyler first, but fuck it. Let's lead with Kendrick first, right? Kendrick Lamar stomped on what NBA YoungBoy contributed this year. Stomped on it. Don't tell me I'm glazing. I'm just going off of what the facts were. I'm just going off what the facts are. You can't dispute the facts. Okay? Kendrick Lamar had the longest running #1 record in the world for 13 weeks. He was also the only artist with 2 #1 records in 2025 with Luther and Not Like Us. The only artist, I'm not talking about hip hop, I'm talking about pop, I'm talking about country, I'm talking about rock, I'm talking about jazz, I'm talking about all genres. He was the only artist to get 2 #1 records. It was #1 on the charts for 14 weeks. NBA YoungBoy just did Shot Calling at number 43 and the other record at number 75. That's not the same. It's not the same. Y'all hate when I bring this nigga up, but if you're calling somebody the best, we have to compare them to the best. This ain't glazing. This is just facts. Like, come on. Kendrick Lamar also headlining 45 plus nights in stadiums. Again, what NBA YoungBoy did with his tour in the arenas and stuff like that, tremendous, phenomenal. Because 21 Savage ain't doing that. Young Thug ain't doing that. Lil Baby ain't doing that. YoungBoy is definitely beating the odds, as the cousin commented on the comment that I just pinned. He's definitely beating the odds. He's doing shit that those other niggas can't do. But I'm talking about 45 plus nights at a stadium. Capacity of 40,000 to 60,000 people a night. And that's before he headlined the Super Bowl. Something no rapper has ever done solo. Kendrick has headlined the Super Bowl twice. Once in a group with Dr. Dre and by himself. And even though GNX dropped in 2024 in November, GNX was the best-selling rap album of 2025 in streams and total units. 400,000 pure. 400,000. That's almost 500,000 in pure sales. Pure. And we're talking about doing 49,000, 21,000, 11,000 in comparison to somebody who did 400. Complex, what are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Y'all be wanting to play the numbers game, but until I bring out the fucking calculator, now everybody's like, don't bring up numbers and then get upset when I talk about numbers, because it's just not comparable. It's just not. GNX was in the top most sold albums across all genres. He was number 4 across all genres that sold in 2025. His tour ranked in the top 3 overall behind Beyonce and Coldplay. That is what you call dominance. So forgive me if I call out the truth. Sorry, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to call out the truth every single time. This Kendrick Lamar was the best rapper alive of 2025. I get it. He didn't release his own single, right? He didn't put out his own song. But he did features. There's rappers on your previous list, Complex, who just put out features. Those features also did better than NBA YoungBoy when it came to the charts. Like, come on. Like, what are we talking about? the y'all math don't be mathing. It just don't. And then I can go on and I can talk about the Clipse and Tyler as well, who had a phenomenal year. I could talk about these two old niggas too. Let's talk about the Clipse. It's specifically Malice. Because if I was gonna pick somebody for who would come in first or second, it would be Malice for best rapper alive in 2025. Clipse dropped Let God Sort 'Em Out, debuted at number 4 with nearly 120,000 first week. That's more than double what YoungBoy's best debut was. More than double. They had multiple charting songs, at least 5 or 6, in comparison to YB's 2. Billboard named them the Comeback Artist of the Year. The album topped countless year-end Album of the Year list. Currently nominated for Rap Album and Album of the Year alongside Kendrick and Tyler, the Creator. How was Malice not the best rapper of life? If you're not going to pick Kendrick because he didn't drop a single, cool. But Malice was the no-brainer. What's the excuse for Malice not to be the best rapper alive of 2025? What is the actual excuse? There's no excuse. Nobody has rapped better than fucking Malice this year. Nobody. The only person who may have gotten him on a feature verse is Kendrick on Chains and Whips, a Clipse song. What'd I say? Not too much money. What'd I say? What'd I do? Shout out to the cousin Aaron for submitting a donation. Thank you so much, cousin. I appreciate that. Thank you. Shout out to Aaron Bryant. Like, come on. Malice should have been the pick. If you can't pick Kendrick off of the Super Bowl, the stadium tour, having the best rap album of the year because he did not release any solo songs in 2025, all right, cool. But Malice should have been the definitive pick for 2025. No debating at all. At all. But they went with YB for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know. The next person up, who should have been next, y'all? Tyler. Did Tyler not have a better year? Did Tyler not have a better year? Like, let's talk about Tyler. Again, YB charted 2 songs in 2025. Number 43 and number 75. Tyler, the Creator, charted 10 songs. 10 fucking songs. 10. A lot of them had better placement than YB. From Big Poe to the sugar on my tongue, your body is so sweet. Like, tell me what it is as well. Like, Tyler sustained presence all year. Again, also nominated for Rap Album and Album of the Year at the Grammys alongside Kendrick and the Clipse. He was also named Apple Music's Artist of the Year. What are we doing? What are we doing? Are we really going by the numbers? Are we really going by the impact, the cultural impact? There's no way we're actually going by numbers and cultural impact and you say, let's pick YB. Again, no shade to YB. He was phenomenal. He was phenomenal. For a B or a C tier rapper, he was phenomenal. I don't know. That's what they picked. That's what they picked, y'all. Exactly. His tour was successful as well. His tour, I believe Kendrick came in first. I think Tyler came in second in rap tours. YB came in number 10, I think. He was number 10. Like, come on, bro. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. So when we compare all of that, NBA YoungBoy's year does not remotely stack up. Did he exceed expectations? Did he fight off of being blackballed and all of that bullshit? Absolutely. Yes, he did. Again, I said it earlier. He's outperforming artists like Lil Baby, 21 Savage right now. That's impressive. But if we're giving awards because we're supposed to be surprised someone is still relevant, we're surprised that their fans showed up to a concert. That's not best rapper alive. At best, that's most improved artist of the year. At best. That's the title he should have got. Most improved artist of the year. I would have given him that. But this feels like we're going with the who is popular amongst the youth and hope it generates us some clicks for a new audience narrative. Oh, he's okay with giving us an interview. Let's go with him because he'll give us an interview. This is why Complex is losing its respect and its critical acclaim. And every time they produce a bullshit story, because unfortunately, outside of podcasts, they are the go-to publication for hip hop and has been for a very long time. But I'm gonna be there every time to remind them they were wrong and out of line. And it's going to be documented for people to see 10 to 20 years from now. Because if we don't document what actually happened, how would people from the future know? That's why I'm here. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Most Improved is crazy work. Why is that crazy? Did he not have a phenomenal year? Wasn't this one of his best years, or does he have like a better year than this year? I don't really know YB like that. Anything I know about YB, Kwani told me. So I'm still learning about him. Outside of all of his baby mamas and shit, and the fact that they say he run a cult, I don't really know too much about him. So I would think Most Improved would be good. Most Improved Player is a prestige award, no? What's wrong with him being named Most Improved? I think that would be good. They're analyzing how people are discussing this on social and using the data to fine-tune their nominees' winners. For real. For real. Run a what now? Because they claim that he runs a cult. That's what they claim. That he got all them women and he running a cult. I don't know if that's true. Like, that's just some internet banner. So don't really quote me on that. Okay? Please don't quote me on that. But yeah, he said he out in Oklahoma or whatever the fuck he at, and he running a cult. Dot driving everyone crazy just by existing. Meanwhile, Dot just doing his stuff as usual. What a nice day. Listen, I'm telling you. Shout out to the cousin Demi. Appreciate you. 215 out of 250 likes. Let's get those likes up, please, chat. Yes, definitely. Let's get those likes up. Let's crack 250 likes if we can. Appreciate all 200 of y'all that they claim is in here. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who's interacting in the chat. Thank you so much. We are 2 hours into this live stream, and it doesn't even feel like it. It really doesn't feel like it at all. What was I about to say next? I wanted to talk about, because not only that, in that same interview, the Best Rapper Alive interview, he talked about Donald Trump, and he said, because his album, the Mass album, Make Slime America Slime Again album, he said that album means to follow whatever Trump is applying. In every way, he is enforcing whatever Trump is applying. And boo, tomato, 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 trolling. Kwani, I am not trying to hear that bullshit. Didn't I tell you to leave? I told you to leave. Because that nigga ain't trolling. That nigga is being irresponsible as hell with his platform, and it ain't cool. It ain't cool at all. This ain't no shit to be trolling about. Especially not when motherfuckers is out here getting shot in broad daylight because of ICE. This ain't no trolling shit. I would have much respected him just say no comment. Or just said make slime, or just repeated the album cover name. Make slime, make America slime again. Like, no, this is all bad. This is all fucking bad. And it's terrible. It really is terrible. We can't just let him get away with that. I ain't letting him get away with that. And we just finished talking about Nicki as well. Question. This is a good question. Why the fuck does Birdman, why is he associated, like every rapper he's associated with has some sort of connection to Donald Trump? Have y'all noticed that? I don't know why that just came in my head. But this nigga Birdman might need to be put in jail. Because why ain't YB connected to him as well? You got Nicki, Drake, who walking around here high-fiving Morgan Wallen, who's a Donald Trump disciple, Lil Wayne, be kissing up to this nigga. Like, what is going on? Y'all are embarrassing out here. Y'all are so embarrassing. Not even just them, not even just Young Money. These rappers are selling their soul to Donald Trump. They really are. They are selling their soul to Donald Trump. And what is happening? What is happening? Like, are we in the fucking Twilight Zone or something? I don't understand. What is happening? And I don't even think the rappers understand how important this genre is and how important they are. Like, when you think about it, hip hop has never just been music. It's never just been music. It's always been more than that. Always. And for y'all to be out here selling y'all soul to this man, this orange demon, is crazy. How old is hip hop? Hip hop is like 55, I think, or something. It started in the 70s. Hip hop was a response to like neglect, poverty, over policing, systemic inequality, kids turning broken infrastructure into culture, breakdancing, turntables, using them as their resources. But now they recruiting the rappers for the ballots. Shit is crazy out here. I just don't get it. I don't get it. I don't think people realize, like, when politicians need to reach young voters, they not going to the country clubs, they're not going to country radio. They are calling rappers. They're calling the rappers. When different type of movements need energy, they lean on hip hop. And we know this. We got Fight the Power. We got All Right. Hip hop is a genre historically that challenged power, not cozied up to it like these rappers are doing right now. So that's why watching this overt MAGA alignment creep into hip hop feels so disgusting, because this shit is not about personal political views. People can believe what they want. If you want to vote for that nigga, vote for him. But this shit is about more than that. Donald Trump is out here pushing hardline immigration policies. He's rolling back civil rights protections. They thrive on division. They thrive off of hate. They thrive off of racism. And now he out here finding hip hop mascots, a genre that has been built by marginalized Black and brown communities, and he is using them as fucking mascots to win elections. And you niggas, you fucking coons, are rolling with it. What is happening? What is happening? That's why I don't want to hear no shit about no nigga trolling. I don't want to hear that shit. Because the little 13-year-old, the little 10-year-old that's listening to his ass don't think he trolling. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Trump think y'all are easy to buy. He thinks y'all are y'all will do anything for money. He making y'all praise him in public. He is going after you criminals who should just be eating that shit and taking on. If you do a crime, eat that shit. But instead, no, you niggas are selling y'all soul to get out instead of just doing your fucking time. You were tough enough to do the crime, so you should be tough enough to do your fucking crime. But no, you're selling your soul and you're selling your fucking people out to get on the internet and praise a fucking white devil, a white supremacist. That's what y'all are doing. This is crazy. I don't get it. He's going after you niggas with legal issues. He's going after you niggas who need money, who are desperate, who got tax problems. Like this isn't random. This is all intentional. What look at the people who he's going after. Nothing but criminals. Nothing but addicts. Like y'all don't see what he's doing. Y'all don't see what he's doing. Like he is using y'all. Using y'all. Hip hop has always been powerful because it mobilizes culture. I was literally just watching fucking Jay-Z's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. Just watching it. And he said something that stood out to me. He talked about how Obama randomly called him directly and told him, Jay, I need you. I need you to get out here and energize these voters in key states. That's what you call influence. They know how important hip hop is to the fucking world. Politicians understand hip hop's reach. They understand that a cosign translates into normalization. So when artists publicly align with any administration, especially one focus or one that's accused by critics of policing, having harmful tactics against vulnerable communities, out here motherfucking killing people, y'all are sending the wrong fucking message. And NBA YoungBoy, you're sending the wrong fucking message talking about enforce whatever Trump is on. Trump is about enforcing killing people. We don't watch them kill 3 people, ICE. We don't watch them kill 3 people, and they weren't even immigrants. They were from here. That's what you're talking about enforcing? You want me to believe he's trolling? You're basically spitting in my face at this point. You're disrespecting my intelligence. And you're disrespecting your own intelligence at this point. Y'all are all getting reduced to transactions at this point. That's all you are to him. Nicki, Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, NBA YoungBoy, Calvin. I'm not even calling you Snoop Dogg no more. Your name is fucking Calvin. You fucking coon. Little Baby, Ludacris, Nelly. Y'all are out here down bad, bro. Y'all are down bad. That's a fact too, Retha. These are the ones that we know about. The ones that we know about. You see what happened when Ludacris realized we know he stepped down. You shouldn't even been in that position to even have to step down. Shit is wild. Shit is wild. Y'all are being reduced to nothing but transactions just so y'all can go on any platform and tap dance for this white supremacist. Hip hop is no longer questioning authority. We did not audition for it. We used to challenge surveillance. We used to challenge police brutality, economic inequality, government neglect. We used to challenge those things. Now you motherfuckers are comfortable being used as fucking political puppets, political props. Oh, he pardoned him. So fucking what? I don't give a fuck. You wouldn't need a pardon if you wasn't committing crimes, bitch. Let's say the truth. If you weren't committing crimes, you wouldn't need a fucking pardon. I don't give a fuck he pardoned you. You a real nigga. Do your fucking time and take that time on a chin. You want to do your crimes and then you get out and sell your soul and undermine your own people, undermine your own community. Get in interviews talking about, I'm pushing whatever Trump is pushing. You're a fucking bozo. And the fact that you have all this influence on these young kids, they will do whatever the fuck you say. You say jump, they ask how high. You are dangerous. I would never allow my child to listen to NBA YoungBoy. Never. I'm sorry. They out here calling him the Michael Jackson of this generation. Michael Jackson stood with the people. Michael Jackson fought for the people. Michael Jackson wasn't a fucking coon. So no, you would never be Michael Jackson. Ever. Not saying that you agree with that, but you would never. He could never. Michael Jackson made songs calling out administrations. Michael Jackson made songs calling out the government. He could never. And again, I'm not here to tell nobody what to do. Y'all support whoever the fuck you want to support. But keep that shit to yourself. Keep that shit to yourself. Do not get on these platforms telling little kids they need to vote for a man who's pushing raids like we in fucking Auschwitz or somewhere. Like, this is crazy. Oh my God, let me get off this topic because I'm getting pissed off. I'm getting pissed off. This shit pissing me off. Hell no. Fucking Michael Jackson. Bitch, you not even Tito. The fuck are you talking about? Michael, I am so sorry that they would ever disrespect you like that. What we got next? Facts. Tupac ain't play. Tupac ain't play. Know who he was. You could not play with Michael Joseph Jackson on no day. On no day. Jermaine Cole whiny ass fans. Aqua, that's a good segue because JCole is next on the docket, unfortunately. Let's see what we got on Jermaine Cole. Oh, what the hell? What is that? Why is that like that? Okay, here we go. Jermaine Cole is next on the docket, y'all. So allegedly, Jermaine has a possible mixtape coming out before the fall off, and people are thinking it's gonna be called It's a Boy. I don't know how truthful that is, but it's an interesting concept, I guess you can say, if this is the direction he's willing to go in. Smash the like button if you haven't already. I would appreciate that. I see on my end show we had 229 likes, so shout out to y'all for that. I appreciate that so much. But yeah, JCole is allegedly putting out a mixtape called It's a Boy. I think they said the mixtape should come out on his birthday. And according to Google, his birthday is in 3 days, January 28th. And it's supposed to be like a warm-up to the fall off, which comes the week after. Are you guys excited for a JCole mixtape coming before? I guess, what is this, like an appetizer? The appetizer before the meal of the fall off? I don't know. I mean, I will listen, but so far I haven't been moved. I just haven't been moved so far. That Nas Rewind inspired record came and went. Unfortunately, nobody is really talking about it again anymore. Excuse me. So I don't think that was the right choice of a record to go with for your introduction back. It is supposed to be track 2 on disc 2. So I don't know, JCole. I mean, people are excited. Everyone's excited, and they can't wait to hear what you have to say on this alleged double disc album that's coming out. But I don't know. Just Jay, I don't think dropping 3 albums worth of music in such a short period is going to go well for Cole. What was the other one? Might delete later. It's a Boy. The fall off. I don't know. I mean, he's been sitting on music for a long time, so maybe he has a lot of records that he just wants to purge from his system, I guess you can say. His fans are excited. His core fan base are excited. They want anything from this nigga. They will take anything from him at this point. But yeah, again, like I said, they said this is a warm up for the fall off, which is supposed to come in a couple weeks. Lil Pump has gone viral because he basically dissed JCole. If you know, JCole had like a little back and forth with Lil Pump previously, where JCole basically came for him, and then I guess low-key backtrack. I mean, he had a sit down with him, but Lil Pump recently had this to say.
JCole, man. Yeah, I know you and him, y'all are cool, but man, I don't like how he apologized in that battle, man.
See, that's some soft ass shit. I'm gonna keep it real. Like that's some soft ass shit.
I rock with him, like, and I want to support him, but I'm like, don't apologize. Act tough.
That man threw a rock over the bush and it hit.
Right?
And he kept going after that. I'm like, bro, I'm 17 years old and you 40 something.
He had all the smoke for you.
And then you let in a 17-year-old get in your skin? That means that I'm doing something right.
Here's my thing. If he had smoke for you.
Damn, I didn't realize Lil Pump was only 17 when that happened with him and JCole. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that.
And you 40 something.
He had all the smoke for you.
And then you let in a 17-year-old get in your skin? That means that I'm doing something right.
Here's my thing. If he had smoke for you, don't win the guys who do what you do, because you didn't do what he do. You make lit, turned up music, and you in your own lane, but he called you out. Yeah. Man, you're not gonna drop a lyrical diss song against him. Somebody is down to challenge you lyrically, and then you drop a song and apologize. Why you ain't apologize to Pump?
Fucking pussy. He's a fucking pussy, bro. Like,
bro, I don't like that.
The first thing I did when I walked in his fucking house was go to his refrigerator and start eating hella snacks.
Wait, you was at his house?
Yeah. I went straight to that boy fridge.
Yeah.
You see, hot dog, bomb, chips, cereal, boom. All right, ready for interview. Like, got no type of respect for that man's house.
Man, I'm not, yo, Cole, I rock with you, but the apologizing shit, it showed me too much about your character. I ain't like it. Yo, you be outside out here, man. I be seeing you I see you at the YoungBoy concert.
All right, so that's the end of that clip. I don't use 3 academics clip in his live stream. I'm disgusted. I'm so disgusted. But he got the content, so whatever. What was I about to say? Okay, Lil Pump, pump your brakes. Now pump your brakes. I'm just what the cousin say? I'm just mad because Diana loved them when they tried to rebrand. I'm not sure what you're talking about. But yeah, so Lil Pump trying to get his lick back, basically. So that's what that is. And yeah, you know what? Let's just get to it with JCole because I honestly think this is gonna be my last time talking about this guy until his album come out because I can't deal. I really can't deal. I can't deal with JCole. I can't deal with his crying ass fans. Is getting his lick back in the room with us right now. I don't know. He's gloating. He's gloating on the fact that JCole apologized to Kendrick. I guess he's living vicariously through what Kendrick did at this point. But yeah, so I'm gonna just say it straight up. I think I've said it. I said it in Skip Chat. I think I said it in my chat, but JCole to me is a fucking scam artist. He's a scam artist. And I'm just tired of people rewriting history when it comes to JCole. I'm tired of people in the constant defense campaign around JCole. I feel like it's getting ridiculous. Every time something happens, the narrative magically shifts to things got messy, as if Kendrick just woke up one day and he just chose violence. I think it really pissed me off during the episode of Culture United where they're having the conversation about JCole and him backing out and him apologizing, and they're like, well, he backed out because things got messy. No, the fuck he didn't. He backed out because he had his reasons to back out, and it had nothing to do with the battle about to be messy because none of that happened yet. So I'm just so tired of people coddling these niggas. I'm so tired of people making excuses for these niggas. And when I say these niggas, I'm talking about the two biracials. Because, like, enough is just enough. Drake is the one who started the mess. But somehow, Kendrick always ends up framed as the aggressor, while JCole and Drake get positioned as some sort of victims of circumstance they help create. Like, and we've seen this before, cousins, right? Like, y'all did the same thing with Control. Y'all did the same thing with Control, and you're doing it again with this battle. And it's just so funny how history just always repeats itself, especially when the fans are working overtime to rewrite it. Y'all keep trying to bully him, and every time he responds, it's, oh, Kendrick was the aggressor. Kendrick made it messy. No, he didn't. No, he did not. Being a Kendrick and Cole fan is hard out here for pimp. Listen, Mind Drop did a good video on how JCole postures as holier than thou person, which lists while it's also being able to send passive aggressive sneak disses, then withdrawing and saying it's emotionally mature. I haven't watched the Mic Drop TV video in a long time because I personally think that channel's AI. If I'm thinking of the right channel, they also use a lot of other people's content, which I don't think is cool. But from the older videos that I did see of Mic Drop TV, I think they did make good content. It's just obviously AI to me. And I'm not in the business of contributing to AI. But anyway, like I was saying, like with J. Cole and his fans, and Drake as well, there's just like a lot of excuses. And J. Cole also has excuses, especially when you call yourself the king. You can't call yourself the king. You can't call yourself the best. You can't call yourself the top dog and then duck when it's time to show and prove. Like, we literally just talked about T.I., a man who called himself the king and invited basically all the smoke that came with being called the king of the South. He ain't run from no fades. He ain't ducked no fades. Also, one of those so-called rap kings, Jay-Z, who you were shading and your fans are trying to tell us, oh, he's not dissing, but he also ain't run from no fades. That comes with claiming the throne. But with Cole, there's always this type of escape hatch. Like, there's always this moral high ground speech with him, his fans, and with him himself, with the battle specifically. Like, his fans act like this disciple of some higher rap morality, like he's above conflict, he's above ego and above competition. Meanwhile, that humble, spiritual, morally superior aesthetic feels more like just branding to me than reality. The personality, the clothes, the dirty ass locks. I know them shit stank. I know they stank. It just looks like all costume for me. Again, J. Cole can rap his ass off. Nobody is denying that. But let's not pretend he hasn't dissed people before. That's why I'm laughing at Lil Pump trying to get his lick back. Because why are you, J. Cole, dissing Lil Pump? What the fuck did Lil Pump do to you? What did Diggy Simmons do to you? Why are you beefing with No Name? Why are you beefing with No Name and then responding to something? Well, I don't read books. What a fucking cop out. You also diss Wale and then gaslighted him into thinking it wasn't about him. We all know that second verse was about Wale. We all know it was. You even redacted it. We're not going to say his name, but it's on the same song. You dissed him too. You dissed Lil Yachty. So I want his fans to just cut the narrative that he's above it all. He's above dissing people. When he does it all the time. The difference is he does it to people who's below him or he feels like it's less than him. That's what he does. All this he's above it narrative is bullshit. JCole looks amazing when he's punching down. He looks amazing when he's punching down on C and Z tier rappers. His performance is amazing when he's standing next to C tier rappers and he's going feature for feature with C tier rappers. It looks amazing. His feature run gave people a lot of confidence. But when he is on records with above average lyricists, he gets smoked more than people want to admit. I ain't scared to say it. I'm not. I'm so tired of his fans and random people trying to run with this narrative that he is better than Kendrick Lamar. He has never on no day. Not on Monday, not on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again. He's never been a better rapper, artist, anything than Kendrick Lamar. Ever. Ever. Like, we heard the records that y'all both were on. We were there. We heard Temptation. We heard Shock the World. We heard They Ready. We heard Black Friday, American Dream. Like, don't revise history now. I think Forbidden Fruit is the one with just the hook. But we were there. We were there. We all listened to it. You cannot revise history. You can't. And another thing, I tweeted this the other day. If your best output is only when a nigga disappear, but the time a person comes back and reclaim the spot like he never left, then you were never leading the race. You were just a placeholder. You were just a placeholder, because why is your best only when another nigga ain't around? Why? Huh? Explain that to me. Oh, can't forget that. Yes. He went double platinum with no features. What Skip say earlier today, that's equivalent to Carmelo Anthony having gold medals. Oh my God. I was so mad he got that off. Carmelo is one of my favorite players. I think Glasses Malone compared JCole to Tim Duncan, but nah, Tim Duncan is way better than JCole. Tim Duncan has championships. A lot of people don't like his basketball style, but I love the Spurs basketball style. It's fundamental. It's poetry in motion. It's good basketball. My UConn Huskies play that same type of basketball. JCole is not Tim Duncan. And the fact that he was able to get off that JCole is Carmelo Anthony had me hot. Had me hot. But it's a good comparison. It was a good comparison. He does one thing exceptionally well. Nobody is seeing Carmelo when it comes to scoring. They're not. They're not. He's really good at scoring. He's one of the best. JCole, when it comes to rapping, he's one of the best. But when it's time for the Hall of Fame, yes, both of them are there, but you on the second floor, JCole and Carmelo. LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, Kendrick Lamar, they're on the penthouse floor. You're not there, Cole. But yeah, like I was saying, if your best output is only when a nigga go away because he need to go to therapy and he need to heal his childhood demons and he need to heal his sex addiction and stop cheating on his woman before she leave his ass and being a father. If that's the only time you shining, then are you really shining? I don't think you're really shining. I don't think so. I think it's it's an illusion. It looks good because you're the only one out here doing it at that moment. But that's it. And when it was time for you, of course, to prove you was the best, and you actually, this wasn't no fluke. This feature run wasn't no fluke. The way you rapping ain't no fluke. When you on these records saying you put niggas in nooses, niggas don't want to test death or whatever the hell you were saying. When you were saying those things and somebody, a real killer, looked you dead in your eyes, mind you, he way shorter than you, but he looked you dead in your eyes and you froze up, you flinched. When it was time to prove you were better, you sidestepped the challenge, bro. You sidestepped it. You sidestepped it. There is no way JCole can keep gunning at the top spot and pretend like you don't see Kendrick. There's no way you can keep saying you the greatest of all time and you don't want to see Lil Man. You gotta see Little Man. You have to see him. And by your own words, Cole, you have been chasing Kendrick since Good Kid, Mad City. You said that out your mouth. Like, I don't understand why his fans pretend like he never said that. Like, he said that. He's on record saying he felt like he's been chasing Kendrick ever since Good Kid, Mad City dropped. Kendrick is at the top of the Mortal Kombat ladder, whether people like it or not. And Kendrick was willing to battle both of them head up. Like, I don't think people understand how crazy that is. Kendrick was willing to go head up with Drake and Cole at the same time. At the same fucking time. He was willing to go head up with both of them niggas. And nobody want to give him props for that. They want to give Drake props because he battled. He back out. They want to give him props for that, but nobody want to give Kendrick props because he was willing to take on these two biracials at the same time. Make them one black man. Shit is crazy. Kendrick was confident enough to take on both of them. He wasn't scared. So the question becomes simple. You scared to battle one man? JCole, you scared? Until that actually happens, until you actually take somebody's head off, JCole, into his fans, because there's some chick who keeps crying in Skip's comment section because he won't speak positively only about JCole. Mind you, Skip is a JCole fan. DJ is a J. Cole fan. They're just disappointed in him. And they both speak very highly of him. They just call a spade a spade. And this girl is in the comment section crying every chance she gets. She's sending donations to cry in the chat about it. That, oh my God, why do you guys keep bringing up that he apologized? His fans want us to forget that he apologized. They want us to act like it never happened. They want us to pretend like that moment in time never happened. They want us to pretend like he wasn't a part of first person shooter. They want us to act like he didn't drop 7-minute drill. They want us to act like he did not apologize. They want us to act like he didn't put out Portfolio. They want us to act like none of this shit happened. And it's just so funny. It's just so funny. They want us to forget everything that he did. And then they cry about it in the comment section. Why do you guys keep doing that? Why do you guys keep bringing up that he apologized? Why can't we just talk about the positive stuff that he's doing? I think she said he got a family. Bitch, we all got families. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? And I'm not calling her a bitch to like degrade her or anything. I'm just saying like bitch. But bitch, we all got families. What does that mean? What does that mean? Kendrick got a family too, and he defended it. He took it to the hell about his family. He took it to hell about his family. Like, girl, shut up, all this fucking whining. I wanted to tell her to shut the fuck up so many times, but I didn't because that skipped chat, and I'm there as a guest. I'm in the chat. I'm chilling as a guest. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to disrespect his chat and tell the bitch to shut the fuck up. But she was pissing me off and then had the audacity to try to downplay Kendrick getting a Pulitzer, talking about, oh, what did she say? I know some of y'all was in here. Retha, I know you were in here. Oh, here, Keish, we on the same page. Monie, don't forget she tried to downplay his Pulitzer Prize. Yes, she tried to downplay him getting a Pulitzer. She said that other rappers are not submitting. First of all, bitch, how do you know? In actuality, other rappers have submitted for a Pulitzer. What if I told you JCole also submitted for a Pulitzer and he got turned away? What if I tell you that? What would you think? You would ask, how would I know? I can't tell you how I know. Believe me or don't believe me. But stop it. Sister said, you gotta submit for it. And my thing is, the crazy thing is, Kendrick didn't even submit for the Pulitzer. He didn't submit for it. He was volunteered for this Pulitzer. The scholars, or whatever you call them, the judges, they put his name in the hat. Not Kendrick, not TDE, not Dave Free. The scholars volunteered him. And guess what? He won it. He won it. So for you to try to say JCole is one of the best lyricists, one of the best rappers of all time, and then get in somebody's chat and try to downplay a Pulitzer, a literal literature award, you smoking dick. You smoking all the dicks in the world. You're smoking all the dicks in the world. But that's what they do. That's what they do. They try to downplay Every single thing that Kendrick Lamar accomplishes. Oh, his Grammys does not matter. Oh, his Pulitzer Award does not matter. Oh, the stadium tour does not matter. It does not matter. But let it be they fave. They be hooting and hollering, swinging from the chandeliers, screaming from the mountaintops about this motherfucker not getting credit for something. The scholars heard DM and submitted him for it. That's verifiable. That can be fact checked. I ain't just saying it just to say it, like Miss Bynum said. And if I'm wrong, prove me wrong. Kendrick Lamar nor TDE submitted for the Pulitzer. That is some jealous shit. To try to downplay this man's Pulitzer, telling me some it had to be submitted for. Do you understand? Let's just say, what if he did submit, or anybody submitted for anything, right? At these award shows, they have this thing called for your consideration. Artists have to submit their work for certain things, or it's volunteered by somebody else. There's some sort of submission that goes into everything. Right? For the Grammys, there's a for your consideration. Artists have to submit their music, or the record label submits their music. Somebody has to submit it. The Oscars, sinners had to submit to be nominated. So what's wrong with Kendrick submitting for a Pulitzer if that's what he did? How is that a bad thing? Do you know how fucking rare it is for a fucking rapper to win a fucking Pulitzer? Mind you, for an album, JCole tried to rip off with his own version. With his very own version. With KOD. Choose wisely. Wickedness or Weakness, which was Kendrick's concept. JCole's concept, Choose Wisely. It's the same fucking thing, bro. 2014 Forest Hill Drive, his own remake of Good Kid, Mad City. What are we talking about? This motherfucker even tried to remake fucking To Pimp a Butterfly with the jazz infusions and the jazz elements. Kendrick Lamar is always on this nigga's mood board, but y'all want to downplay him because he makes it more palatable. He makes it easier for you to understand, but according to y'all, he's the better lyricist. Again, we like when the maths over here, and it don't be mathing with y'all. It don't be mathing with y'all. Now, supposedly, he's going back and he's reliving his childhood and reflecting on where he is now, his own version of GNX. Always on the mood board. Always on the mood board. But then y'all call me a hater. Y'all say I hate him. I'm just calling a spade a spade. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Why can't I keep it real? Everybody love me when I'm keeping it real until it comes to their fave. Then I'm a hating ass bitch at that point. I'm a hating ass bitch, and I should stop talking about JCole. I shouldn't critique him. That's your problem now. Y'all think these rappers, these singers, these artists, these politicians, or whoever are above reproach. Y'all think they can't be critiqued. Why can't they? They are real people like us. We get critiqued in real life. Why am I supposed to just only be an ass kisser? That be y'all problem. Y'all be so parasocial. Y'all be in too deep. And that anytime someone says anything that you appear not to be positive, automatically it's, oh, you're hating. While also ignoring the fact that I called him a tremendous rapper. Shit is crazy. Y'all think too highly of these people to think that nobody can say anything that's outside of positive. I love Kendrick. I'm biased towards Kendrick. I can say that with my whole chest. And I don't give a fuck who calls me biased. I am. But I can also critique him. I can also point out where he's wrong. It's just unfortunate he hasn't been wrong recently. That's the only problem. He hasn't been wrong recently. Y'all already know how I felt about that Playboy Cardi shit, and I said it. I said how I felt about him participating or giving features to Playboy Cardi. I could have done without it. I honestly could have done without it. That's me critiquing him. That's me saying, oh, you could have went in a different direction. That nigga is not above being criticized. But I'm also going to put you in your place behind him. Period. Period. Period, Pooh. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And I was also having a conversation the other day with my he not my man right now, y'all. He is not my man right now. It's fuck this nigga right now. But I was just having a conversation with him the other day. I think it was last week, I think. Shout out to the cousin Simply J for the donation. Appreciate you, cousin, so much. Thank you. But I was having a conversation with, what the hell is that? Oh my God, it's so windy outside. I don't know if y'all can hear that. But yeah, so I was having a conversation with my man at the time, and we were talking about the new releases because I had, oh, that's what it was. I needed to do my A$AP Rocky review. So I was listening to A$AP Rocky at the table and I was taking notes of how I was feeling about the songs. And I was asking him, did he listen to it while he was at work or any other songs that came out? Because, you know, T.I. had just dropped, Rocky dropped, and there was some there was like this Olivia Dean record I was talking about. So when JCole came up, my man, my ex, he's a big fan of JCole, y'all, which is so fucking funny because I'm a fan of Kendrick. He's a fan of JCole. So I asked him about, did he like the new Rewind record and if he watched the trailer. And he was like, yeah, he watched it. He was like, it's cool. And I was like, oh, you don't sound like too excited. Like every other JCole fan is excited about this, but you don't feel excited. And he was just like, I'm just over JCole. Like JCole is a scam artist. So I'm like, what? You're calling him a scam artist? So I'm laughing at him because I thought he was bullshitting at first, but I'm like, what do you mean by that? So then he goes on, he lays this shit out for me. And I'm like, oh, you might be serious. You might be serious about JCole being this scam artist. Cole and Dot fans overlap. Yeah, it's so funny. It really is funny. 6 more likes to 250, y'all. Smash that like button if you haven't already. I would appreciate it. Shout out to LT. Appreciate you, cousin, for the reminder. Is that why you dropped him, Monie? I didn't really drop him. He actually in a room sleep right now, so I didn't really drop him, but I ain't fucking with him right now. So But yeah, so he was like, J. Cole's a scam artist. And I just been laughing at that shit ever since. And I think I mentioned it in the Discord. I think I low-key mentioned it in Skip's chat. And I'm just like, oh, you really sat on this and you really thought about this. So basically, he's like, J. Cole is a scam artist because one, he tried to get Kendrick on first person shooter, right? Which is Drake's arch enemy, knowing that it would not land well, right? So he went from trying to get Kendrick on first person shooter, going forward with first person shooter, knowing this would provoke tension, right? Then that happened. Then he dropped 7-Minute Drill after Like That came out. He deleted it. He apologized publicly. He disappeared. He reappeared with Port Antonio to basically reopen the conversation after people low-key kind of like forgave him and made sense of his apology. Then he disappeared again. And now he has this rollout for the fall off, which he is labeling quote unquote his last album. Right? So it's like when you line it up like that, it stops looking like a coincidence and starts to look like this nigga coordinated this whole shit the whole time. It's all been coordinated. This has all been a long, controlled arc disguised to manipulate public perception while pulling off a commercial finesse to crown him the king. This is what my man is telling me. So I'm like, you might be on to something. You might be on to something. So when I'm thinking about it, in my head, I'm like, okay, so if I'm going with what he's saying is right. The apology now to me reads more or less like him reflecting and more like a performance. J. Cole basically staged an ego death. This was all concocted. Because when you look at the title, when have J. Cole ever, quote unquote, fallen off? I don't think there's been a time where J. Cole has fallen off. And even when you ask J. Cole, he even says, like, I never fell off. So now it's making sense. Like, this is a staged ego death meant to signal maturity while preserving the optics. His disappearances now look less like retreat and more like a strategy for him. I'm going to pop out. I'm going to spark discourse. I'm going to vanish. I'm going to let the internet do the labor, do what they do, talk about me. And then I'm going to return when I feel like it's safe outside. Cole has been planning this shit this whole time. And now his end goal was the fall off, which he's now marketed as his final album, 10 years in the making, the definitive closing chapter. But this quote unquote, my last album is one of like the oldest leverage points in music that you could make because it guarantees urgency. It has people feeling nostalgic or they're thinking of all the nostalgia. There's people creating these think pieces. And then there's consumption driven by fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out. I have to buy his last album because it's his last album. I have to hear what he says because it's his last album. I have to hear what he has to say now because he just apologized. J. Cole, you are sneaky. You are positioning yourself. This is a fake ego death. That apology was not legit. It was all calculated. I'm feeling like this was his ego death. Because a real ego death requires consistency and vulnerability. Not you pretending to be have humility. Humility that conventionally aligns with a legacy push. Cole also framed the battle as a cash grab, reducing it to making pockets grow, quote unquote. That's what he said. Yet your own rollout relies on one of the most effective commercial narratives available, the farewell tour. The farewell tour. Come on, Jermaine. It's starting to look funny in the light. It really is. So the question isn't, of course, like, whether JCole can rap. He can. The question is whether he wants the crown the traditional way. And this is his way of low-key kind of getting that crown. He doesn't want the crown through the traditional way, through risk and confrontation. Nah, he wants it. He wants it through a farewell. And that's nasty to me. That's nasty. Because again, when the moment came to stand fully in competition, he stepped in, stepped out, apologized, reframed, and recalibrated. And when I look at this entire arc, I don't see a genuine fail. I see him creating one. This is all curated. You sneaky bitch, JCole. You are sneaky. You are sneaky. This was all the plan. You and these dirty locks. This was all a plan. Your farewell tour was nothing more than a cash grab that you allege that's what Drake and Kendrick did. Them going back and forth was nothing more than a cash grab to make their pockets grow. When this shit was more so about their history, of course, but also about the soul of hip hop. And if you, JCole, if you are the MC that you allege to be, if you are the lover of hip hop that you allege to be, and if you can't see what's happening right now with hip hop and how it is going down the hole, I don't know. I don't know. How could you frame this as just a cash grab? But the reality is, the real cash grab is your farewell tour. That's how I'm seeing this now. I'm seeing this whole apology as just a fake ego death, and you coming up out of it at this point. Because again, when have you ever actually fallen off? I don't think you have ever fallen off. This shit is all calculated. This shit is all manipulative. And that's crazy, JCole. All of this humility, all of this bike riding around the town, the locks, the clothing choices, it all comes off fraudulent to me. It just does. So I don't know. My man got me thinking. Was this all manufactured by JCole? Did he set all of this up? Did he set all of this up to lose a brother who he would have gained a foe? He said he walked away with both of their blood on them. JCole, you were not near the fight. What blood? What blood? And that's the line. That's the line that makes me think he believes. Like he really made the right decision. Because he feels as though he would have walked away with both of their blood on him. You weren't on the scene. How did blood get on you? I don't know, y'all. That's my man got me thinking this all was manufactured by JCole. He set this shit up. He's sneaky. Now I ain't saying it's true, but if the math is mathing a little bit. It is. I don't know. Cole saying Drake is my dude and Dot use bots, bro. Drake slander Dot fan. Listen. Shit is crazy. And they want to tell us Pepper, Monie, you forgot that girl who downplayed the Pulitzer Prize said that she thinks Cole and Dot set this whole beat up as to return hip hop to its roots. I didn't know she said that. I didn't know she said that. So if she thinks that, if you think Cole and Dot set this up, why are you dissing Kendrick? If that was their plan together. As a JCole fan, it can't be both. That absolutely makes no sense. Do I think Kendrick wanted to return hip hop to its truest form? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's been his motto. But also with returning hip hop back to its truest form, Kendrick understands that we still need the ratchetness as well. It's just unfortunate the ratchetness has overtaken the true essence of what hip hop is. So Kendrick is trying to rectify that aspect. There needs to be 80% true hip hop and 20% ratchetness. Them doing that together? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The people who think that Kendrick and J. Cole are friends are just so funny to me because it just tells me that they don't comprehend the things that were actually said in these records. I don't think y'all actually comprehend the shit that was said in these records or the records that followed. I don't think any of y'all who think they're actually cool or they were working together, that y'all understood anything that was said in whacked out murals. I don't think y'all understand the shit that was said in Squabble Up. Like, did y'all actually listen to these songs? Like, the girl tried to gaslight us and say Port Antonio wasn't a diss to Kendrick. If it wasn't a diss to Kendrick, then what the fuck was it? He got on that record and said niggas is using bots, a current narrative that was being pushed on Kendrick Lamar. Mind you, he's telling Drake, be all that you can be. Be the best. Get back to what made you the best. I'm not afraid to say that you helped me and you did this and you did that for me. He's on the record coddling Drake, but mentioning negative narratives that plague only Kendrick at that moment. You want me to believe that's not a diss? That's not a diss? What are you talking about? Y'all be so smart, but so dumb at the same time. And it's just baffling, J. Cole fans. Coal miners, it's just baffling. How do y'all comprehend so much, but don't even understand the basics of the shit that is saying, that is being said? J. Cole said he would have lost a friend if he battled. Kendrick Lamar responded, bitch, I done lost 16 friends, to be specific. More blood be spilling. It's just paint to him. Were y'all not listening to what he was saying? Y'all not listening. Niggas pandering to pick a side. Don't worry, I will do it for you. Who do you think he's talking to? He's not just talking to talk. He's responding. He's always responded. Jodeci freestyle. Control was a response. Like that was a response to first person shooter. Whacked Out Murals was a response to Port Antonio. Who are y'all talking about, bro? Like, oh my God, y'all make my ass itch. Oh my God, y'all really do. Y'all swear y'all know so much, but y'all don't know shit. Y'all don't know nothing at all. Y'all are oblivious. So oblivious that y'all don't even realize this motherfucker has been concocting this fucking fake fall off this whole time. That apology was not sincere. He meant everything he fucking said about Kendrick Lamar in that 7-minute drill video. He meant it. He meant it. He told us he's been chasing Kendrick Lamar since Good Kid, Mad City. Kendrick Lamar was the little dirty nigga who was still coming up trying to make a way for him. JCole wanted to sign him. Kendrick went from being the one that just pulling up to the studio and we making music together to being that nigga. And Cole was jealous about it. He was mad about it because he couldn't make a hit fucking record to save his life. Kendrick Lamar surpassed him years ago. He was playing catch up. He does not fucking like Kendrick Lamar. He tolerated Kendrick Lamar. Because in most cases, it's better to keep your enemies close, even if it's one-sided. Even if it's one-sided, I'm going to keep him close because I need to watch and see what he's doing next. And I need to be on my toes. I need to be on my P's and Q's. Why the fuck is every single album that you have low-key a mirror to Kendrick's? Nobody want to talk about it for some reason. Nobody want to say the quiet part out loud. This motherfucker has remixed every single album that Kendrick Lamar has had out ever since Good Kid, Mad City. He's deep in this man's nachos, but you want to tell me he's better than him? The audacity to fucking pucker your lips up to ever say something so ridiculous. So ridiculous. On Kendrick's worst day, he's never been better than him at anything. Come on now. Come on, y'all. Like, we have to stop it. We have to stop. At some point, we just got to stop. And we got to talk with some sense. Cole was saying he took the hit for others to thrive. Meanwhile, Dot like, am I a joke to you? Took what fucking hit? Took what fucking hit, bro? Bro, if he remixes GNX, I'ma cry. I'ma cry. I'ma cry. Good Kid, Mad City is Forest Hill Drive. T-Pad is For Your Eyes Only. DM is KOD. Like 3 out of 5 of Kendrick albums and all of his undeniable classics. Like, wake it up. Wake it up. You have tried to flip it, remix, and reverse what Kendrick already did. Like, what? Sam's owner, you would think having access to Jay would have inspired something, but no hits, nothing. Nothing. I just told y'all earlier how I was watching Jay-Z's induction to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Who do y'all think, if for those who didn't see it, who do y'all think was doing what do they call it? The behind the scenes conversations where they're reflecting on the artist. Are they called confessionals? I don't know what they're called, but they're asking people about the inductee, and they're highlighting the importance to them. Who do y'all think was in that? You would think it would be JCole, but no, it wasn't JCole. It wasn't. He wasn't a part of it at all, unless I missed it. Kendrick Lamar was doing the conversational pieces on Jay-Z. Kendrick Lamar was doing it. That shit baffled me. JCole, you are supposed to be Jay-Z's artist. He's your mentor. He's your big homie. And they got Kendrick in the confessionals talking about Jay-Z being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. What is happening? And I think that also bothers JCole. Not only did Jay-Z tell Drake to give him a hit, but Jay-Z fucking loves Kendrick. He loves Kendrick. I can promise you, if he could have traded JCole for Kendrick, he would have traded him as his prodigy. Because again, why the fuck is Kendrick in the fucking confessionals or doing the interviews on Jay-Z being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Y'all called a nigga from Compton to do the interviews for Jay-Z, a New York rapper, Brooklyn's finest. Y'all called a nigga from Compton to do it? That's crazy. That's crazy to me. I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal for everybody else, but it just don't make sense. Because where was Cole? Where was Drake? New York, y'all love them so much. New York, y'all rooting for Drake. Y'all rooting for JCole. But they called the Compton nigga to do Jay-Z's introductions and shit into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the confessionals. That's crazy. I don't know. But yeah, that's all I got on JCole. I'm not gonna keep harping on this. Kendrick respect the art form and really puts his all into it. 100%. Why do New York do Joey Badass like that though? Who knows, bro? I don't get it. Joey Badass has all of the makings of being a phenomenal rapper from New York if they just got behind him and they actually pushed him. That Flea record should have did better than what it did. It really should have. They should be playing Joey Badass's music all over the radios in New York City, but they don't. Y'all tell us y'all like rappers that rap. Y'all like rappers with swag. But then y'all just be ignoring Joey. Y'all just be ignoring his ass. I don't know what that's about. They be playing Joey Badass. They don't shoot him no bell. They didn't even get behind him during the beef. Why wouldn't y'all get behind Joey Badass during the beef? Y'all should have got behind him and showed him some love. But they didn't. They did not. They just said, whatever. Whatever, Jovan. You got it. You want to be dissing him? You got it. Go ahead, get out there and do it yourself. Shit is crazy. But next up, I think this is the last thing I have on the list for the night. The other half white. Let's talk about the other half white. Oh, Jesus Christ. So Aubrey is next up on the docket. As we know, well, first, let's talk about Drake actually got a legal win the other day. He actually got a win. So shout out to, is there any OV holes in the building? Y'all always talking about, oh, I don't give him no love. I don't show him no support. All that fucking crying y'all be doing. Here I am now showing him some love, showing him some support. He got a legal win the other day. Actually, let's show this. What the hell? Don't worry, readers. I'm just saying ooh at Drake now. Not y'all saying ooh, ew. Y'all crazy. The copyright lawsuit. Yeah. Drake got a legal win again in his copyright lawsuit over What Did I Miss? The music video. The Italian photographer Gabriel Galimberti, I think it's the last name, filed a lawsuit accusing Drake of infringing on his American's portrait, but the case was dropped with prejudice. And according to the legal documents, the lawsuit was dismissed because the photographer / the plaintiff failed to properly serve the legal documents to Drake and the other people that were named as the defendants within the required legal time frame, which is a procedural requirement in the U.S. federal court. So Drake got a little luck on his side this time around when it comes to the courts, because Galimberti didn't follow proper instructions. So he got a win off of that. Me personally, I see what Galimberti was trying to do, but if you didn't follow the correct procedures, it's going to get dismissed every single time. Every single time. And it's unfortunate because these pictures do look the same to me. They were definitely inspired by each other, or Drake's was inspired by his. They're literally in the back by the pool, all of the guns on the floor. He's in the middle of it. It's obvious he was copying off of this. But paperwork is important, and you have to follow the rules if you're going to file a lawsuit. So he got a little win. So one time for the OV hoes. OV hoes finally got a W after getting his ass whooped for 2 years straight. So love that for y'all. However, Aubrey just won't give up. He won't give up. He won't give up when it comes to Not Like Us. He just went through with his appeal. I have a video on the page. It's more of a condensed version. So if you want to go watch that, you can watch that. Check that out. And basically, Rolling Stone reports 3 months after a federal judge threw out Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, He is officially appealing in a newly filed 60-page brief. Drake is asking the U.S. Court of Appeals to overturn the dismissal and revive his case over Kendrick Lamar's Grammy-winning diss track, Not Like Us. Drake argues the song makes a unambiguous matter of a fact claim that he is a quote-unquote certified pedophile, and says UMG relentlessly marketed the record in a way that misled the public and caused him serious harm. He maintains that the allegation carries a precise meaning that can be proven true or false, and therefore should be decided by a jury, not dismissed outright. The fact that he is still running this fucking narrative that UMG misled the public is fucking hilarious. Like, bro, we were there. We saw all the reactions that night, that day, that evening. We saw them. We saw the fact that Not Like Us was being in the clubs, outside, at brunch spots. Rick Ross literally uploaded a video the next day of people laughing at you because they were playing the song. Like, you don't think we have that shit documented? We have the trending topic on Twitter where people, the fucking please Kendrick, literally please Kendrick was trending. He's already dead was trending the night that the evening the song dropped. Do you know how much you had to cook somebody if he's already dead is trending? Everybody was of the same opinion. Good night, Retha. Appreciate you pulling up. But yo, he's already dead was trending, bro. People were saying, please, Kendrick, stop. Like, we were there. You cannot lie to us. You cannot rewrite history, bro. You can't. Especially, y'all, based on the fact that you put in your lawsuit the reactors who reacted to the song the same time it came out. You put all of the reaction channels that garnered millions of views. So how the fuck did UMG mislead the public, but you also put in your lawsuit 10 different YouTube reaction channels that had millions of views? Which one is it? How did these people get these millions of views within the next couple days? Good night, LTF. Appreciate you pulling up as well. How? Terrence, what's up, cousin? Not Like Us came out Sunday and Drake replied that night, right? I can't remember the exact day it came out, but Drake did not reply that night. I think it maybe was probably like the next day, if I remember correctly, or the next 2 days. It was either the next day or the next 2 days. It wasn't right away, though. It had to be at least 2 days for Drake. It wasn't immediately. No, it came on a Saturday. Right. No, it was a few days. I know at least 2 days, right. I can't remember. At the most, it was 2 days that Drake took to respond. But it's just ridiculous to try to get that narrative off. It just doesn't make sense. But continue with the document. So the original ruling from Judge Jeanette Vargas was that the lyrics were non-actionable opinion, pointing to the broader context of a heated rap battle filled with basically language that they both said about each other that could be seen as damaging. There was offensive accusations by both participants, the judge said. The court concluded that a reasonable listener would not interpret Not Like Us as stating verifiable facts, but Drake is appealing pushback hard, and he's arguing that the decision creates a dangerous categorical rule that would shield artists and labels from defamation claims simply because something is said in a diss track. He says the repeated references, the viral visuals, and the cover art all reinforce what he believes is a false factual accusation. Also, for context, Drake sued UMG, not Kendrick Lamar, but we know the truth. Claiming the label promoted the song, basically to harm him. And he calls it specific, unmistakable, and a false factual allegation. UMG previously responded by saying Drake lost a rap battle that he provoked and chose to sue rather than accept the outcome. The diss battle itself erupted in April 2024, escalated with Drake's Family Matters, and peaked with Kendrick's Meet the Gram and Not Like Us, which went on to win Record and Song of the Year at the Grammys and was later performed at the Super Bowl halftime show. UMG now has to respond to the appeal, which is due on March 27th. So we will look out for that. I don't think UMG will wait until the 27th to respond to Drake. They usually are quick with their responses. So we should probably see something around February, maybe. But it's just what's funny to me about this lawsuit. Like, of course, we knew he would appeal. In a good frame of mind, you would think he would just say, all right, I'm gonna just take this on the chin. But he already told us that he was gonna appeal, or his lawyers told us that he intended to appeal. But just what's funny to me about this lawsuit is Drake and his legal team wanting the courts and the judge to just ignore Tailor-Made Freestyle and the other diss tracks that he willingly put out. Another thing that I love is the fact that they document, or Drake actually documents, that Meet the Grams and Not Like Us were both juggernauts in comparison to his songs. Like, they put it in the fine print that Meet the Grams and Not Like Us were the dagger. And if that's the case, bro, you just got to take your loss. You just have to take it. Drake and his team are basically telling the court that it should not matter that he participated in the battle. He's saying it should not matter that he told Kendrick through AI Tupac to talk about his documented history of fucking with underage girls. That's basically all over the internet, dating back to what, like 2015 to 2021. There's various years in documented history of numerous reports on you being weird with young girls. Like, people are not just making that up. And Drake, you know that, because that's why you told Kendrick to talk about it, because you wanted to get ahead of the narrative before it came out. You tried to be rabbit yourself. But there's a difference from living in a trailer park and fucking little girls. You can't be rabbit that. You can't be rabbit that. That's why it worked for B Rabbit. Ain't nothing wrong with living in a trailer park and being white trash. There is something wrong with allegedly fucking with young girls. That's the difference. Him and his fans don't want to admit the fact that the reason that your allegations stuck was because there's already a documented history of you being weird. If there was a documented history of Kendrick Lamar beating the shit out of Whitney, then we would have believed what you said. But there's not. So that's why nobody believes you, because there's no proof. You have no proof. You said you have proof, but you have yet to give it to us. If you have evidence of Kendrick beating the shit out of Whitney, show the class. Show us. You couldn't. The difference is we can Google your history with young girls. We can look at your song lyrics and look at you say a high school parking lot is looking like Magic City. What the fuck are you talking about? Why are you comparing a high school parking lot to Magic City, a strip club? What's going on? What is going on? You set yourself up. You set yourself up. They want to argue that people are too dumb in the context of rap battles and battles in general are not understood by the most reasonable listener. Drake, shape the stories how you want. The people are not slow. It's you. It's you and your legal team who slows. Someone who allegedly studied battle raps for a living, who don't understand the context of rap or of battle rap. You don't understand it. Even though you claim to, you clearly don't. Because if you did, you would know better. How you want the court to say, oh, you can't use my words in court, but you can use Kendrick's. How does that work? You can't pick and choose what can be used and what can't be used. This is who hip hop has been dealing with and has been dealing with for the last 15 years. Someone who will dish you, cry when you diss back, and demand you be muscled. That's who hip hop has been dealing with. Because how dare you defend yourself versus me? I can disrespect you. I can disrespect your child's mother. I can call her promiscuous, unprovoked. I can say she's a woman who sleeps around, even with your close friends. I can call your children a bastard. I can say you were molested as a child because I couldn't understand the proper context of a song. But I can say you got molested. And I can call you an abusive woman beater. I can do all of that, but you better not call me anything but a child of God. That's what you're saying. That is what you were saying. Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? And then on top of that, you get on the internet and still sneak this after the battle. You posting graphic t-shirts of Compton Community College because that's where Whitney went. You posting old videos of Tupac, old t-shirts of Tupac. That's what you were doing, pretending you were unbothered. You get on songs and you still sneak dissing. Huh? And for everybody in hip hop who is still silent about what this man is doing, y'all are embarrassing. He is literally suing hip hop and trying to set a precedent that will crush the genre, all because his feelings were hurt and nobody has nothing to say. I know I just got finished kicking JCole back in, but Fat Joe, you shut your dick sucking lips. You do not get to say what JCole can and can't say while also championing Drake. You can't say shit, Joseph. Fat Joseph, shut the fuck up. Because how you got all this smoke for JCole but ain't got nothing to say to Drake? You excited for Drake's new album, but you telling JCole what he can and can't say on his album. You don't get to fucking critique JCole. Only I can do that. Because I got smoke for both of these niggas. I ain't got smoke for just one or the other. I got smoke for both of these niggas. You shut the fuck up, Fat Joseph, okay? Because none of y'all got anything to say. Nobody. This man is in court using anti-Semitism. rhetoric in these courts talking about these people are anti-Jewish. All of those black content creators he put in that lawsuit, he called them anti-Semitic. Nobody has anything to say. And y'all know why he's doing that, because we know the history of the courts. We know the history of the law when it comes to black people, when it comes to hip hop. We know they don't understand it. He is hoping to land a judge that will agree with him. He is hoping to land a judge or a jury that is against everything that hip hop stands for as a community at large. Y'all don't see this? Am I the only one that's tripping? Like, how am I the only one seeing this? You really can't make this shit up. This nigga is a racist. He hates black people. He is throwing black people under the bus. He is throwing hip hop under the bus because of his fucking ego. And this is what happens when you're raised by a white woman in a culture that you don't fucking stand. Because somebody should have told him. And it's unfortunate. His daddy was a fucking deadbeat because his daddy ain't teach him shit. His daddy should have taught him better. His daddy should have told him, you don't get to slap people and then you get to control how they respond back. If somebody slap you, you punch them in their fucking mouth. You don't slap them back. You punch them and you pray you knock their fucking teeth out. Drake is the Trump of hip hop, and he is dedicated to proving Kendrick right at every single term. You really are not like us, Arbery. You really aren't like us. Because you don't get it. Drake is trying to set a legal precedent that rap lyrics can be treated as verifiable statements of fact. Hip hop, y'all are embarrassing. Y'all silence is embarrassing. Uncle Luke took the federal fucking government head up in court to fight over censorship of hip hop music. He has a precedent set in the courts. And here we have Drake trying to undo all of that with this lawsuit. This is crazy. After Pusha T, he tried to rewrite the rules of what is allowed in rap battles. The story of Adidon isn't even allowed on streaming platforms, and that's because Drake cried about it. A fact. A fact. Labels gave him what he wanted in clipping the story of Adidon. They tried to police a feature on Let God Sort Them Out. And they were able to get away with it because the clips are really not that big. Pusha T is really not that big. He don't really got that much stain. And here he is trying to do it again via the court system. He wanted Not Like Us removed off of YouTube. He demanded UMG remove Not Like Us off of YouTube and DSPs. He demanded it. He tried to get a censorship label on the fucking song in the music video. He wants it wiped off of streaming platforms. The amount of grace that he is afforded is never given to other rappers, and it's alarming. It is alarming. Imagine if Kendrick Lamar decided to sue this nigga. Imagine. They would be kicking his back in. Imagine if Kendrick apologized. They would be kicking his back in. Kendrick wouldn't even have a back. He would just be head, shoulders, and stomach and legs. His middle half would be missing. Y'all let him get away with having a ghostwriter. And y'all are now letting him get away with putting hip hop on trial. This shit is disgusting. It's disgusting. It's crazy. And I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. And I don't think I'll ever get it. You just can't make sense of it to me at all. Nothing about this shit makes sense. Nothing at all. Got away with blackface too. Can't forget that. Can't forget that. How can we forget that? How can we forget that? The nigga got away with blackface. That shit is crazy. Ow, you would not be able to live that down. One of the biggest rappers in the world, quote unquote, has a picture of him in blackface. Do you know how crazy that is? That's crazy as hell. Wow. So crazy. But that's the current state of hip hop. That's the current state of hip hop for real. And it's like, what can you do about it? What can you do about it? They let this nigga get away with murder. Let him get away with murder. Shit is nasty out here for real. Dang, we almost 4 hours in. I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna end right here for the night because I'm a little tired. I still got at least 2 more topics to discuss. I think we will be back tomorrow. Like I said, I'm gonna try to do this 7 days of Monie where I go live for every day up until next Sunday, which is the Grammys. So I do still have 2 topics. I want to talk about Jid. I want to talk about Jid because he posted something about wanting to win a Grammy. The Clipse also got announced to perform at the Grammy. So I think what we can do tomorrow is, what we can have a Grammy stream if y'all want to have that, where we talk about Jid, the Clipse, and then we can go through the nominations and we could pick our winners before Sunday. I think that would be cool to do. Yeah, I think that would be cool to do. And then we can also watch the Passing the Crown and the TDE Ghostwriter video. I think that'll be cool to do. So yeah, tomorrow we'll do the Grammy stream where we'll pick our winners. And don't be indecisive. So y'all think about y'all winners now and come prepared tomorrow with y'all list so we can talk about who we picking. And then we can compare it next Sunday. But yeah, we can do those 2 videos. If y'all have anything else, any other topics that come up, y'all know y'all can message me on Twitter or you can put it in the Discord. The links and all of that is in the description for you. So yeah, thank y'all so much for pulling up. Thank you to everybody who helped contribute to their goal today. I appreciate that. Thank you everybody in the chat who liked. And I will see y'all tomorrow at, what's a good time? 7 o'clock. And I'm going to be on time this time. I'm going to be on time. I'm not going to be late. So yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow, cousins. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. And yeah, I'll holla at y'all later.
Hey cousin, who you chilling with? I'm chilling with Monie. cousin, who you chillin' with? I'm chillin' with Monie. Hey cousin, who you chillin' with? I'm chillin' with Monie.